Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hay Springs, Nebraska for the Battle of Sheridan County as the Hay Springs Hawks get set to take on the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. We are very glad to have you with us tonight on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Sheridan County basketball 2015. A couple of teams coming into this girls varsity action on hot streaks, and we'll talk more about that a little later in the pregame show as we get going a little farther along. Glad to have you along with us this evening. Let's start by saying thank you to sponsors of tonight's action. Essence, Pioneer Manor, the First National Bank of Gordon, Share Real Estate, the Security First Bank of Hay Springs, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, State Farm Insurance, the Sand Hills State Bank, Grocery Mart, Sides and Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, Modern Farm Equipment, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. We are 17 minutes and 45 seconds away from the opening tip of this evening's game between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Glad to have you along with us. We'll step aside for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with more pregame festivities after this. Hi, I'm Clint Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed today's game. Wherever we're broadcasting from, you can bet that I got there in a Ford vehicle from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I've been a Sides and Milburn customer for over 20 years, and I can't imagine going anywhere else to buy or trade vehicles. I may be able to find a cheaper vehicle somewhere else, but the hometown service I get at Sides and Milburn Ford is worth way more than a trip to Rapid City or Denver. I hope you enjoyed today's game, and when you're ready to trade vehicles, stop in and see the good folks at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
New Holland has equipped farmers with the right technology for over a century and continues to provide smart innovations like our exclusive corn rower attachment for our CR Series Combine. We make certain you have all the tools to grow your bottom line while improving efficiency and productivity, allowing you to work smarter in order to spend more time with the ones you love. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Great Plains Communications.
GPC TV is proud to announce our brand new weather feature on Channel 2. It is now your 24/7 location for current, local, and national weather using advanced satellite imaging. From today's temperature to the full 5-day forecast, GPC TV has you covered. We will continue to air local sports and your favorite Husker programs. The other providers simply can't compete. When you need weather now, you need GPC TV on Channel 2.
And we are back in Hay Springs, and for those of you who have been following us throughout the season, you'll notice that we have a new partner in this broadcast, and that is Great Plains Communications, and we have some exciting and very big news to pass along to you here this evening. Great Plains Communications is going to be picking up these broadcasts. They won't be producing them live this season, but they will be airing replays of these basketball games throughout the rest of the coming months, and the Hay Springs versus Banner County games will begin airing tonight at 7 p.m. on Channel 2, Great Plains Communications Channel 2, local programming channel, tonight at 7 o'clock through next Wednesday. They will be airing the Hay Springs versus Banner County games, and if you weren't able to catch that live broadcast, or you haven't had a chance to check it out on the Sheridan County Journal-Star website, and you have Great Plains Communications television coverage, tune in to Channel 2, 7 o'clock every night between now and next Wednesday. That is January 21st. So great to have Great Plains Communications partnering up with us on these broadcasts, and glad to help us bring more basketball action to you from Sheridan County. 13 minutes and 40 seconds left in the pregame here as we get ready for girls varsity action between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Gordon-Rushville Lady Mustangs. We'll step aside, and we'll be back with some starting lineups in just a little bit. Well, 9 minutes and 30 seconds left before the opening tip of today's game. Let's take a quick look at the starters for both of these teams coming into tonight. The Mustangs come into tonight's game with an overall record of 7-4. After losing their first 3 games to outstanding competition, they've rattled off a record of 7-1 over their last 8 games, including a win last Tuesday night over the Alliance Bulldogs in Gordon. Starters this evening for the Mustangs. Number 11 is Haley Saar. She is a 5'7" senior. She averages 9 points per game. Number 12, Denny Jacobson, is a 5'9" senior. She averages 3 points and 8 rebounds per contest. Number 13, Josie Perez, a 5'7" sophomore. She is the leading scorer for the Mustangs this season at 16 points and 6 rebounds per game. And in the Mustangs win over Alliance on Tuesday night, she did score her 500th point of her young career, just a sophomore. That is number 13, Josie Perez. Number 21 is Ashton Sassy. She is a 5'8" junior. She scores 7 points per game. And number 22, Carly Hinn, is a 5'11" sophomore. She averages 5 points and 7 rebounds as she works in the post for the Mustangs. And the first player off the bench oftentimes, number 23, is Kenna Campbell. Call her the Swiss Army knife. She is a 5'8" sophomore. She scores 6 points a game, 4 rebounds. She also contributes quality assists and steals, both in the single digits in assists and steals averaging on the season. So she does a little bit of everything. For the Hay Springs Hawks, as we move under 8 minutes to the opening tip here, for the Hay Springs Hawks, they'll send out on the floor tonight number 12, Jen Sherbarth. She is a 5'7" senior. She averages 3 points and 2 rebounds per game. Number 14, Kate Roberts, is a 5'11" senior. She averages 10 points and 8 rebounds per game. She leads the team in scoring, and she scored 22 on Monday night in their win against McPherson County. Number 20 is Kate's younger sister, Emma Roberts. She is a 5'9" freshman. She averages 7 points and 4 rebounds per game. Number 30 is Sydney Jancic, a 5'7" senior, averaging 2 points and 3 rebounds. And number 32, Whitney Hiding, a 5'6" senior. She averages 8 points and 4 rebounds per game. The Hay Springs Hawks come into this contest with a record of 4 wins and 5 losses, but they've won 3 of their last 4, and so starting to heat up a little bit and starting to get things figured out. Had a rough stretch after an opening win against Cody Kilgore, but they've come back and rattled off 3 out of their last 4 wins, or three wins in 4 contests, as they come in tonight's action with a record of 4 wins and 5 losses. Those are the starting lineups. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to the opening tip of today's game. Glad to have you along with us here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015. Essence in Gordon provides beautiful fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. That's Essence, 117 North Main Street in Gordon. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. The First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon or give them a call at 282-0050. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. And the good folks at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. Whether you need to winterize it or defrost it, Buck and the crew can get you fixed up. Stop in at True Value in downtown Gordon. The Sandhills State Bank in Hay Springs is proud to support Sheridan County's sports teams. Locally owned, locally focused. Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking. Sandhillstate.com, member FDIC. Give them a call at 638-7171 or stop in at 131 North Main Street in Hay Springs and see what they can do for you. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support our local athletes. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call 282-2080. And Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. Just about 3 minutes left in the pregame as we get ready for girls varsity action between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Glad to have you along with us on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that if you're not a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, you certainly should be. Go to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions and check it out. And while you're there, sign up for the online edition. It gets that week's newspaper delivered to you on Tuesday afternoons before anybody else has a chance to get their hands on it. Papers don't come out until Wednesday, and if they go through the mail, it's often Thursday or Friday before they get to you. And so get all the news that is news in Sheridan County and get it first. SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. We are just about ready to get things underway with a national anthem and some starting lineups. We'll step aside for just a minute and make any last-minute adjustments that we need to make, and we'll be back with the rest of the pregame festivities after this. And now we're back to having audio. Apologize for that mistake, as not sure when we lost audio, but we are back, and apologize for that, as it's now 3:19 left to go in the second quarter, and the Mustangs lead at 25-10. Certainly apologize for that technical error there, as there's a rebound by Denny Jacobson. Her rebound and putback is no good. Battle on the floor. McCants comes away with it. And here's Sydney Jancic bringing it across for the Hawks. She gets it to Heiding. Now to Jancic, back on the wing. Jancic dribbles down. Now back up to Heiding. Back to Jancic on the wing. They work it inside for Kate Roberts. Spin move. Shot up. That one's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Ashton Sassy. Quickly up the floor come the Mustangs. Sassy gets the pick. Shot. That won't go. Rebounded by Jacobson. Her putback won't go. Kate Roberts flips it back in. Shania Friesman kicks it out for Sassy. That shot won't go. And there is Kenna Campbell, the Swiss Army knife. She's going to put up the three-pointer. That one's no good. And the rebound to Ashton Sassy. Her putback won't go. And a tie up underneath. And that'll go back over to the Hay-Springs Hawks, as Emma Roberts now checking into the game. She'll give Sydney Jancic a breather with 2:20 to go in the second quarter. 25-10 is the Mustang lead. So greatest apologies for getting to get the audio going there. It's been back and forth action until the last couple of minutes of the first quarter, as there's another Haley Saar basket as she gets behind the defense again. 27-10 as we're under 2 minutes to go now. Heiding down low for Kate Roberts. Can't do anything with it. Free throw jumper by Whitney Heiding is good. And that's the best the Hay-Springs offense has looked all game long. They made that look easy. It's now 27-12 with 1:30 to go. Kenna Campbell down to the lane, or down to the baseline, and she gets it to Jacobson. Her shot is short and rebounded by the Hawks. Whitney Heiding brings it across the timeline, and the Hawks will set it up with 1:20 to go in the second quarter. Heiding had Emma Roberts streak into the basket. She's there for the rebound and the putback, though. Emma Roberts with 5 on the evening makes it 27-14. Haley Saar in the corner, guarded by Heiding. Skips it across to Sassy. Sassy puts it on the floor. She works against Sierra McCants. Now she'll pull it back, and they'll reset. Sassy, three-pointer on the way, short, and rebounded by Heiding. Under a minute now. And that one's off the fingertips of Emma Roberts and out of bounds. Turnover back to the Mustangs, as Hinn and Richards now back in for the Mustangs. Friesman and Ashton Sassy head to the bench with 46.9 seconds left to go in this first half. Haley Saar sets it up. It's been man-to-man defense the whole way for the Hay-Springs Hawks. 35 seconds now left as Kenna Campbell killing some time. Now she'll drive in, leaves it for Richards, and Richards traveled with it. So the Hay-Springs Hawks will have a chance with 30.1 seconds left to cut into this 27-14 lead before the half. But there's Haley Saar trying to make life difficult, and they'll get it in. And that is Emily Summers into the game now for the Hay-Springs Hawks. And Mustangs get the takeaway again, 22 seconds now. And trying to extend that lead. Kenna Campbell out on the wing, tries to go inside. That one's taken away. And under 15 to go, Heiding will bring it up. Try and get some points on the board. Heiding into Roberts at the left elbow. Back to Heiding. Long three-pointer. That one's off the back iron, no good. And out of bounds. It'll be last touch, they'll say, by Autumn Richards. And Hay-Springs will have the basketball with 2.5 seconds left to go in the first half. Emma Roberts gets it into Summers. To Roberts. And her shot won't go at the buzzer. And so the first half ends with Gordon-Rushville Mustangs out in front, 27-14, here on the Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015.
When it comes to your land, it pays to be smart. At New Holland, smart means giving you a wide range of options to fit your needs, like smooth cutting, flood-free conditioning, and versatility. Smart means putting more hay in the bale and leaving less in the field. It also means providing exceptional after-sales support and growing a legacy that goes far beyond equipment. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications values its Nebraska roots. For 4 generations, family-owned Great Plains Communications has provided local service in Nebraska. For more than 100 years, our technicians have lived and worked in the communities we serve. Local service, Nebraska-owned. Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications. Welcome home.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
This is the 2013 Ford Explorer that I bought from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville, and it is awesome. It has the sync system and My Ford Touch that allows me to control everything with ease. Climate control, navigation, entertainment. I can even connect my smartphone for hands-free dialing. The all-wheel drive feature of the Ford Explorer might be what I like the best. This is the most sure-footed vehicle I have ever owned, and it is terrific on snow and ice, which I really love this time of year. Stop in and check out a Ford Explorer today at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
Well, we are at halftime. Gordon-Rushville leads the Hay Springs Hawks 27-14. Let's take a look at some unofficial halftime scoring totals. First for the Mustangs, Haley Sarr leads the way with 10 first-half points. Josie Perez with 8, Kenna Campbell off the bench with 7, and Ashton Sassy with 2. For the Hay Springs Hawks, Emma Roberts, the freshman, with 5 points to lead the Hawks. Whitney Hiding with 4, Jen Sherbarth with 2, and Sierra McCants with 2. Let's take a look at fouls. Nobody in any significant foul trouble so far in the game. Carly Hinn and Denny Jacobson each with 2 fouls for the Mustangs, and Tana Badge with 2 fouls for the Hawks. Tana, the only Hawk with any fouls at all in the first half by my count. I may have forgotten to write one down. I thought we had 3 team fouls for them. We'll check on that as we go forward. For the Mustangs, Hinn and Jacobson with 2, as we noted, but then also Shania Friesman with 1, and Kenna Campbell also with 1 foul in the first half. So the Hay Springs Hawks back on the floor as we're under 6 minutes to go in the halftime break. And the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs with the lead, 27-14. And it was a back-and-forth game throughout the first quarter. Lead changed hands several times, but in the last couple of minutes of that first quarter, the Mustangs really started to assert themselves, and they finished the first quarter on an 8-0 run, and they went to the start of the second quarter with a 15-8 lead. And they continued to add to that lead as they played some outstanding defense through the first, through most of the second quarter. By all means, they extended that lead to 27-14 at the half as the Hawks were able to get a couple of scores late in that second quarter. So it is 27-14. It is a 13-point Gordon-Rushville lead as we're about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That is the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. The good folks at Gordon's True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. Whether you need to winterize it or defrost it, Buck and the crew can get you fixed up. Stop in at True Value in downtown Gordon. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support our local athletes. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. And be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles and what they might do for your rates. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call 282-2080. The Sandhills State Bank in Hay Springs is proud to support Sheridan County's sports teams. Locally owned, locally focused. The Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking. SandhillsState.com, member FDIC. Give them a call at 638-7171 or stop by 131 North Main Street in Hay Springs. And Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. And the Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First, a relationship you can count on. So just a little over 2 minutes left in the halftime break. Just enough time to run to the refrigerator and to the cabinet, grab yourself some chips and a drink, and be back in time for the start of the second half. Glad to have you along with us here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net coverage of Sheridan County basketball 2015.
So just about ready to get the second half underway. And again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We have an awfully good time bringing these basketball games to you. We don't always get it exactly right, but we do our level best to bring you some high-quality basketball action. And glad to be ready to bring you the second half, hopefully devoid of all technical difficulties as we get ready to get this one underway. Mustangs lead this one as we head to the third quarter, 27-14. Get the scoreboard updated. There we go, ready to start the third quarter. Mustangs with the basketball to start the second half. Haley Sarr has it, and we are underway. Saar on the wing for Sassy. They try to find Saar swinging around. That one's tipped away. Here comes Whitney Hiding. Hiding dribbles past Sassy, lays it up with the left hand, and it is good. Whitney Hiding puts in two to get the Hay-Springs Hawks started off here in the second half on a good foot, 27-16 with 7:35 to go. They'll skip it all the way across to Josie Perez, pull-up jumper. That one is good. Perez rattles that one home. She's got 10 on the game. And it's back to a 29-16 advantage for the Mustangs. Hiding crosses the timeline. Mustangs back in that 1-3-1 zone. So Emma Roberts on the wing. She goes inside for Kate Roberts. Kate skips it across to Hiding. Hiding drives into the low post. Awkward shot up, no good. Gets the rebound and the putback. Count the basket. And I think we just got the third foul on Carly Hinn. That is the third on Hinn, and it'll put Whitney Hiding at the line for a chance at the three-point play, as it's now 29-18, and one free throw coming for Hiding. Hiding's shot up off the back iron, no good, and we've got a tie-up, and it'll be Gordon-Rushville. Over the back comes young Emma Roberts. They're going to give a foul to her, and that'll be her first. So a foul on Emma Roberts for the Hawks, as Carly Hinn has to take a seat on the bench, and Shania Friesman comes in to take her place. Shania not 100% tonight. We were watching her in the JV game. She's just a little bit gimpy as the Mustangs turn that one over, throw it out of bounds. So Friesman gutting it out here tonight. She's not at full strength here, but she's given a good effort as Ashton Sassy heads to the bench. And now Kenna Campbell comes back into the game for the Mustangs. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 29-18. It's an 11-point advantage as the Mustangs get another takeaway. Here comes Kenna Campbell. Kenna swings it across, nearly taken away, and Haley Saar traveled with it. Turnover back to the Hawks with 6:42 to go in the third quarter. 29-18 is the Mustang advantage. Now the Mustangs back in some of that full court pressure as Emma Roberts brings it across for the Hawks. She'll get it to Hiding, and they'll set up the offense. They go inside, or attempt to go inside, to Kate Roberts, tied up, and the possession arrow goes to the Hawks. 6:32 to go, third quarter. Jancic inbounds it to Kate Roberts. Jumper is off, no good, and rebounded by Denny Jacobson. She gets it to Kenna Campbell. Campbell brings it up the floor in a hurry. They find Shania Friesman. She can't handle the pass, but she's able to get it gathered back up, gets it out to Perez. Her shot is no good. Rebounded in there by Friesman. She kicks it out, and we got a traveling call on Josie Perez, and another turnover by the Mustangs. So the Hawks have cut the lead by 2 here in the third quarter, but they've still got a long way to go. Jancic gathers in the pass and sends it back across to Hiding. She drives in, down to the corner. Now she's hung up, and she's going to have that pass stolen away. It's Jacobson that comes up with it. She gets it to Campbell. Now Campbell pulls it back, and they'll reset, working against Whitney Hiding in this man-to-man Hawks offense, or defense, excuse me. Now the Hawks switch into a 2-3 zone. About the time I say that, they played man-to-man for most of the first half. There's a shot, no good, but the rebound and the putback by Denny Jacobson is good. Denny's first points of the evening, and it extends the lead back to 13 at 31-18 as we're now under 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Hiding between the circles. Now she'll work to the right wing and kick it back up to Jancic. Jancic on the left wing for Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts just inside the three-point line. That shot won't go, and the rebound comes down, and I think that's Whitney Hiding that's going to be fouled by Kenna Campbell, and that'll be Kenna's second foul of the game. Now Ashton Sassy comes in to replace Shania Friesman. Friesman just a little bit gimpy, but she's given her all here this evening. That inbounds pass just cost Kenna Campbell her third foul. Kenna came off the bench and scored 7 first-half points, but now she's got 3 fouls and going to have to be careful. They'll get it into Hiding in the corner for Roberts. Back to Hiding on the wing. Across to Jancic. Jancic now back to Hiding between the circles. Now Hiding directs some traffic and back to work. Jancic back to Sherbarth on the left wing now. Sherbarth puts it on the floor. Rolls out to Hiding, steps back, and knocks it down. Whitney Hiding here with 6 second-half points. It's back to an 11-point lead at 31-20 with 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Haley Saar now goes free throw line to Denny Jacobson at the high post, and we're going to get a blocking foul. That's going to go against Sydney Jancic, and that'll be Jancic's first foul of the evening. 4:27 to go. Mustangs with the basketball out of bounds. 3 team fouls on the Mustangs in the second half, and 2 team fouls for the Hawks as that one slapped around, nearly stolen, but the Mustangs get it back. Josie Perez takes it in, lays it high off the glass, and knocks it down. Josie's got 12 on the evening. 4:10 to go and 33-20, and a traveling call now on the Hayes Springs Hawks. And they'll turn it back over as Sassy to the bench and Autumn Richards into the game now. And now we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:09 to go, third quarter. It is Gordon-Rushville 33 and Hayes Springs 20.
Great Plains Communications.
GPC TV is proud to announce our brand new weather feature on Channel 2. It is now your 24/7 location for current, local, and national weather using advanced satellite imaging. From today's temperature to the full 5-day forecast, GPC TV has you covered. We will continue to air local sports and your favorite Husker programs. The other providers simply can't compete. When you need weather now, you need GPC TV on Channel 2.
And those of you who've been tuning in all season long, you'll notice that we have a new partner on tonight's broadcast. That is Great Plains Communications. And very excited to announce that Great Plains Communications will start airing replays of these basketball games on local access channel number 2 for those of you who get Great Plains Communications television. And the Hayes Springs versus Banner County game will be airing each night from now until next Wednesday, which is the 21st at 7 p.m. each night. So that game actually going on right now, the replay. You can DVR that, but stay here with us as we're bringing you some good basketball action here between the Hayes Springs Hawks and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Gordon-Rushville leads this one 33-20. Out of the timeout, they get it out to Haley Saar. Thought about the three-pointer, drives all the way in, lays it up, and can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Hiding, and now she's being hounded by the Mustangs. She gets it across to Jancic, now back to Hiding at the top of the key. Jancic on the wing, now to Emma Roberts. Goes inside. Kate Roberts nearly traveled with it and can't get the layup to go, but there's Emma Roberts with the rebound. She'll kick it out to Whitney Hiding. Three-pointer on the way for Hiding is good! Nothing but the bottom of the net for Whitney Hiding that time. Whitney with 7 second-half points, cuts the lead to just 10 at 33-23 with 3:25 to go. That shot up and good by Josie Perez. 2 more back for the Mustangs. It is now 35-23, 3:15 to go, third quarter. Hiding over to Emma Roberts. On the wing for Jancic, inside for Kate Roberts. She can't handle the pass cleanly. Stolen away by Richards, 2-on-1 now. Make that a 2-on-2. Josie Perez drives in, and her shot rolls off no good. They're going to say that it was off of the Hayes Springs Hawks. It'll go back over to the Mustangs as Friesman and Sassy now back into the game as Campbell and Richards head to the bench. 2:59 to go, third quarter. 35-23. Mustangs lead this one by 12. 3 team fouls for the Mustangs, 2 team fouls for the Hawks. Hiding drives in. Now she'll kick it back out. They swing it to Emma Roberts. Tried to go inside for Kate Roberts. Has it taken away. And there's Jancic getting it back for the Hawks. Hiding. 3. Oh, no, she didn't shoot it. They'll work it inside for Kate Roberts. Off glass and good. Count the basket for Kate Roberts. And she'll have a chance at the 3-point play. Give the foul to Shania Friesman. That is her second. 2 more for Kate Roberts. That gives her 3 on the evening and a chance to pull this score back within single digits now as it's 35-25. Free throw on the way. That one is short, rebounded by Perez. And here come the Mustangs. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Back to a 10-point game. Hayes Springs chipping away, trying to get themselves back into this one. Three-pointer on the way from Perez. That one's off the back iron, no good. and Haley Sarr gets it back. She's trapped. She'll get it down to Jacobson. Her shot misses long, but there's Ashton Sassy with the rebound and the putback. Ashton Sassy now has 4, 37-25, 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Jen Sherbarth in the corner. Sherbarth puts it on the floor. Now she gets it out to Hiding. Hiding dribbling with the left hand. Now she'll pull it out, get it to Jancic, and the Hawks will reset. Hiding on the right wing, waits for everything to clear. Takes a couple of dribbles. Long three-pointer for Hiding. That one is off, no good. Rebound by Jacobson, and she's hounded by Hiding, and they're going to say that it's off Jacobson, out of bounds, and back to the Hawks with 1:41 to go in the third quarter. 37-25 is the score. Mustangs with the lead. They get it in to Jen Sherbarth. Sherbarth to Jancic. Now back to Sherbarth. Sherbarth drives to the top of the key. And taken away. Here comes Josie Perez working against Hiding all the way in. Contact, shot up, and good for Josie Perez. 8 in the second half. She's got 16 on the game. 1:20 to go now in the third quarter. And back to a 14-point lead. It's 39-25, and we're going to have another foul on Friesman. That'll be Friesman's third. And that's the 5th team foul for the Mustangs in the second half. Just 2 team fouls for Hay Springs as Tana Badge comes in to replace Jen Sherbarth for the Hawks. 1:17 to go, third quarter. 39-25 Mustangs. Emma Roberts, one dribble, pull-up jumper. That one's no good. Rebounded by Badge, not a good shot. Kate Roberts with the rebound, and the putback is good. Roberts has 5 on the evening. 1:05 to go, 39-27 is the lead. Haley Sarr, head fake, drives into the low post, kicks it out. Ashton Sassy, she'll pull it back, and they'll reset, swings it across to Sarr. Sarr puts it on the floor, drives in, and she's going to get a blocking foul against Sydney Jancic. Jancic picks up her second foul, and that is the third team foul for the Hawks. Mustangs will have it out of bounds with 50.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Sassy takes it, skips it around, tipped out of bounds by Tana Badge as they were trying to get it to Josie Perez in the corner. Good job defensively by Tana Badge for the Hawks. Sassy takes the inbounds pass. Now back to Perez. Perez trying to get it inside for Friesman. Outside for Perez. Three-pointer on the way. That one rattles around, no good. Rebounded by Sassy. Sassy. And we're going to have a foul called. It was Sassy against 3 white jerseys in there. They're going to give that foul to Emma Roberts, and that is her second. And it'll put Ashton at the line for 2 shots. Ashton with 4 points on the evening. She averages 7 per contest. 35.4 seconds left to go third quarters. The first free throw is off and no good. So Sassy with 1 more. Second free throw is good, and it makes it 40-27. And the clock operators forgot to start the clock here as we're now we're under 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hometown clock operator trying to give the Hawks every opportunity to get back in this game as they now trail by 13. That shot by Emma Roberts up no good. Whitney Hiding with the rebound and the tough putback. Good tough work inside by Whitney Hiding. Makes it 40-29. We're under 15 to go. Haley Sarr sets it up. Sassy in the corner for Jacobson. Jacobson traveled with it, trying to get that pass to Ashton Sassy. One of the Hay Springs Hawks reached in and got a hand on it, and she traveled with it. 4.7 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Hay Springs trying to get a shot at it here, nearly stolen away by Haley Sarr. They get it ahead to Badge, off-balance shot, nearly made it. Turnaround one-footed jumper by Tana Badge at the buzzer, but it won't quite go. And the Mustangs lead this one after 3, 40-29. It's an 11-point Mustang advantage as we head to the fourth quarter here on Sheridan County Journal-Star coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
So we're ready to head to the fourth quarter. Mustangs lead this one 40-29. 5 team fouls for the Mustangs here in the second half. 4 team fouls for the Hay Springs Hawks. So the Hawks made up a little bit of ground there in the third quarter, but they got a long ways to go as they trail this one by 11. Ashton Sassy gets the inbounds pass, and we are underway. Haley Saar on the wing, and now the Hawks go to a 2-3 zone, trying to switch it up a little bit. Josie Perez takes it, drives baseline, and lays it in for 2 more. Josie has 10 in the second half and 18 on the game. 42-29, the lead is back to 13. There's a takeaway as Perez dribbles it off her foot, but there's Carly Hinn to pick it up. Back ahead to Perez, now she'll back it out. Skip it across to Ashton Sassy in the corner for Jacobson. Drives baseline, shovels it inside for Carly Hinn. Up and good. Nice teamwork that time as they got Carly Hinn the easy look at the basket. Carly on the board for the first time this evening. It makes it 44-29. It's a 15-point lead and the biggest lead of the game for the Mustangs. We got a foul on the floor by the Mustangs. They're going to give that foul to Josie Perez, and that is her first. As Sherbarth back into the game, and Badge heads to the bench for the Hawks. 7:12 to go, fourth quarter, 44-29 Mustangs. They get it inside to Sherbarth on the inbounds pass. She can't handle it, and it's taken away by Denny Jacobson. Now we've got a 2-on-none as they get it ahead to Haley Saar, and she missed it. Haley's made a living getting behind the defense here this evening, and she finally missed one. Now here come the Hawks inside to Kate Roberts. Tried to go over the top for Sydney Jancic. The pass a little too tall, sails out of bounds, and it'll be Mustang basketball with 6:52 to go in the fourth quarter. 44-29 Mustang advantage. Haley Saar brings it across in the corner for Jacobson. Jacobson trying to skip it across to Sassy. Now they work it inside for Hinn. Back out, and we got a 3-second violation on Carly Hinn, as she spent just a little too much time in the paint that time. 6:40 to go and a turnover by the Mustangs. Back to the Hay Springs Hawks. 44-29. Hawks need to move quickly here with 6:35 to go. They get it ahead to Jancic. They thread it to the high post. Emma Roberts kicks it out for Hiding. Hiding drives to the low post off the block. He is good. Whitney Hiding putting on an offensive show here for the Hawks in the second half. She's got 13 second half points. Haley Saar thought about the three-pointer as we work our way towards the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Jacobson back up top. They swing it around. Saar now back to Sassy. Sassy back to Saar, working against this 2-1-2 zone of the Hay Springs Hawks. And now they're going to get I've got the turnover, except it's tied up, and it will go back over to Hay Springs on the alternating possession. 5:53 to go, 44-31. It's a 13-point lead for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Jancic has the basketball and across now to Hiding. Hiding to Emma Roberts on the wing, back out to Hiding. They'll skip it across that Sherbarth three-point line. Now they'll work it inside for Roberts. Kate Roberts, and she traveled with it. Kate Roberts slid the pivot foot, and it's a turnover as Josie Perez heads to the bench for a little bit of a breather, and Kenna Campbell back into the game. 5:30 to go in this one. Haley Saar drives to her left. Now they'll swing it in the corner for Jacobson. Back up to Saar. Free throw line, she traveled. Turnover back to the Hay Springs Hawks with 5:22 to go, fourth quarter. Still in that 1-3-1 are the Mustangs. They try to get it inside. It's going to be out of bounds off of the Mustangs, and it'll stay with the Hay Springs Hawks. Hay Springs trying to get it inside to Kate Roberts. She went for 22 on Monday night against McPherson County, and they'd love to give her some opportunities and some looks at the basket just like that one. Kate Roberts takes the inbounds pass and puts it in. She's got 7 on the evening. Ashton Sassy on the wing as we're now under 5 minutes to go. 44-33. The lead cut now to 11. Hay Springs has trimmed it to as little as 10 in the second half, but they haven't been able to get any closer than that. Ashton Sassy puts it on the floor with the left hand, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on the Hawks. Going to give that one to Whitney Hiding, and that is her first, and that is the 5th team foul on Hay Springs. 6 team fouls for the Mustangs. So the next Mustang foul puts the Hawks into the 1-on-1 bonus. 3-pointer on the way from Haley Saar. That one's off no good. Rebounded by Emma Roberts. She crosses the timeline, comes to a jump stop. Very dangerous there as she crossed the timeline. And now Hay Springs back to work. Whitney Hiding has it poked away by Haley Saar, but a little too much contact. And Haley draws the foul, and that is her first of the evening, and that will put the Hawks into the 1-on-1 bonus. So Whitney Hiding heads to the line for the 1-on-1 opportunity. Hiding with 16 points on the evening. And now we've got a sub. That's Josie Perez. She's going to come in and take the place of Haley Saar. And that one's off the front of the rim and no good. She made 1 of 2 as they get it ahead to Kenna Campbell. Kenna Campbell all the way in, shot up and can't get it to fall, but we're going to get a blocking foul called against Emma Roberts. And that'll be Emma's 3rd foul of the evening. Back to a 10-point game at 44-34 with 4:20 left to go in the 4th quarter. And Kenna Campbell at the line. That shot won't go, but she'll have one more as they'll say she was in the act of shooting. As Roberts heads to the bench, she'll be replaced by Tana Badge. So both teams in the 1-on-1 bonus now after that foul. As Tana Badge loses her balance, falls into the lane, and in a scene very much reminiscent of the Huskers offensive lineman who lost his balance. That viral YouTube video of, I can't say his name, that fell over very much the same way as Tana Badge. That free throw is good by Kenna Campbell. 45-34. It's back to an 11-point lead. Hiding in the corner for Sherbarth. Sherbarth back up top for Hiding, over the top, and here's Ashton Sassy. Ashton all the way in, jump stop, and up and good is Ashton Sassy. And there's another steal and a putback by Josie Perez, just that quick. I looked down to mark the score down. Perez steals the inbounds and puts it back up. It's 49-34. And after being as close as 10, the Mustangs have quickly expanded that lead back to 49-34 as we are now under 4 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. 3:58 left in this one. It's the Mustangs 49 and the Hawks 34.
Sides in Milburn Ford in Rushville is your Sheridan County Ford dealer. They have an excellent service department that works on all makes and models. So why would you drive hours to buy a car from someone you will never see again when you can do business locally with a dealer who will stand behind their product and has the service department to back it up? Sides in Milburn Ford will help you find the right vehicle, and they will do it with the personal touch that only your hometown dealer can provide. Stop in at Sides in Milburn Ford in Rushville. They're the people you can trust.
Say thanks to today's sponsors: Essence, the First National Bank of Gordon; Share Real Estate; Strong Insurance; Gordon True Value; State Farm Insurance; Grocery Mart; Pioneer Manor; Security First Bank of Hay Springs; and the Sandhills State Bank. Back to fourth quarter basketball action. Haysprings trails 34-49. Hiding in the corner for Sherbarth. Her shot up. That's short. Rebounded by Jacobson. And the Mustangs back in business again, headed towards the offensive end. Ashton Sassy thought about the three-pointer in the corner for Josie Perez. Back up to Sassy. She'll swing it around to Kenna Campbell. Kenna in the corner for Perez. They try to go inside for Jacobson. That's poked away by Tana Badge and out of bounds. Mustangs will maintain possession. Inbounds pass and an easy shot that time by Denny Jacobson as she lays that one in for two more. She's got 4 on the evening, makes it 51-34 with 3:15 to go in this one. There's another steal by Jacobson, but we've got a foul, and we're going to get Carly Hinn on that foul, and that is Carly's 4th. Both Carly and Denny Jacobson going for that ball. Denny got the steal, but Carly crashed into Kate Roberts and got the foul, so that'll put Kate Roberts at the line for the one-on-one opportunity as Carly comes out of the game now and Haley Saar back in. So Kate Roberts with the one-on-one opportunity. She's got 7 points on the game. That one is in and out, no good. Scrum for it. Tana Badge comes away with it. Badge kicks it out and has it taken away by Ashton Sassy on the good defensive play. 3 minutes left to go in this one. 51-34. There's a bad pass trying to get it to Josie Perez down on the baseline. Threw it behind her and out of bounds. As now Emma Roberts in, Tana Badge heads back to the bench for the Haysprings Hawks. 3 minutes on the dot left to go, and the Mustangs lead this one 51-34. Hiding brings it across the timeline. Mustangs back in that 1-3-1. Emma Roberts, runner is good. Emma Roberts made that one look easy. Her first points of the second half. She's got 7 on the night. Perez brings it across the timeline. In the corner for Ashton Sassy. Three-pointer on the way. That one's off, no good. Tipped out of bounds, but it's going to be off of Kenna Campbell. And the Hawks will get it back with 2:33 to go. They lead this one by 15, 51-36. Hiding has it, and they go to work. Across to Jancic. Now back to Emma Roberts. Emma to the baseline. Her shot up. That one won't go. Tipped out of bounds off of Sassy, and it'll stay with Haysprings. 2:21 to go, fourth quarter now. Emma Roberts, the runner from the elbow, and then she's going to be fouled by Kenna Campbell. Fouled hard that time. Kenna picks up her 4th, and it'll put Emma Roberts at the line for 2 shots. And that is the 9th team foul on the Mustangs now. So the next foul puts Haysprings into the double bonus. First free throw is good by Emma Roberts. She's got 8, and it trims the lead to 51-37. Still a 14 advantage for the Mustangs. Roberts' second free throw up and also good. And we got a timeout on the floor. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Haysprings. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most, a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That is the Pioneer Manor in Haysprings. And whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter here, and the Mustangs in command 51-38. Mustangs with the basketball, and they'll have it stolen on the inbounds pass, but it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Hiding, and the Mustangs maintain possession. Full court pressure being applied here by the Hay Springs Hawks as they try to get themselves back into this one. They're not a lot of time to get it done. They go over the top to Josie Perez, and now it's a foot race. Perez all the way in, and good. 2 more for Josie Perez. A lot of crooked numbers on the score sheet for Josie here this evening. Makes it 53-38. Jen Sherbarth tries to drive past Denny Jacobson, and Denny going to be called for the reach-in foul, and that is her third. That'll put Jen Sherbarth at the line for the first time this evening. Sherbarth with 2 points in the first half, but her first time at the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. She's got 3, and it's now 53-39. 2:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Second free throw by Sherbarth is also good. Gives her 4 points on the evening, and it's back to a 13-point lead. Kenna Campbell pulls it back out. Gets it to Haley Saar on the wing. Haley Saar gets it to Perez. She drives into the paint, loses the handle, and they're going to say she traveled. So the Hawks get the defensive stop, and now they need to put some points on the board. They trail this one 53-40 with 1:49 to go. Nearly stolen away by Ashton Sassy as they get it ahead to Hiding. Hiding brings it up the floor across to Sherbarth, but that's tipped out of bounds. I think that was Sassy that got back and got a hand on it and tipped it away. Hay Springs basketball, 1:41 to go. They trail it 53-40. They work it inside. Kate Roberts, easy shot off the inbounds, and she can't get it to fall. Here comes Josie Perez the other way. 3-on-2. Ashton Sassy thought about going inside, and now the Mustangs going to have to reset. They go in the corner for Haley Saar. Her shot blocked by Kate Roberts. And then a reach-in foul. I think they're going to get Denny Jacobson on that foul, on that reach-in, and if so, they do, and that is her fourth. 53-40 with 1:25 to go, and Kate Roberts now with free throws to shoot, and a chance for the Hawks to score with the clock stopped and try and get themselves back into this game a little bit closer. It's certainly not out of the realm of possibility as Roberts knocks that one down, cuts the lead to 12 as Campbell out and Carly Hinn back in for the Mustangs. So Coach Holbert trying to get some rebounders into the game. So Kate Roberts with one more free throw coming. That one's off the back iron, no good. And there's Ashton Sassy with the rebound. Mustangs need to kill some clock here. They skip it across to Haley Saar, down on the low post for Hinn. Back out for Saar. Quick shot is good. Haley Saar knocks that one down. Her first points of the second half. She's got 12 on the evening. 1:05 to go as Emma Roberts brings it up the floor, and it's 55-21 in favor of the Mustangs. Roberts has it, her pass stolen away by Haley Saar. Now we've got a 3-on-2. Saar bumped by Sherbarth. She finds Carly Hinn. Carly converts and puts it in, and that'll probably just about do it. 57-41 is the Mustang lead. Three-pointer by Whitney Hiding. Nothing but the bottom of the net by Whitney Hiding. 3 more for her, as she has absolutely exploded here in the second half. Timeout called by Hay Springs. 41.5 seconds left to go fourth quarter, but it's a 13-point lead, 57-44, and it may be too little too late for the Hay Springs Hawks, but they've battled hard the whole way. Whitney Hiding in the second half. We'll try and add these up for you. 3, 6, 17 points in the second half for Whitney Hiding. She's got 21 on the game. But a 13-point deficit for the Hawks with 41.5 seconds left to go in this one. Essence provides beautiful fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. Essence, 117 North Main Street in Gordon. So 41.5 seconds left to go in this one as Morgan Darnell and a whole bunch of other reserves into the game now for the Mustangs. Morgan goes over the top, finds Autumn Richards, and Autumn is going to be called for the traveling call, as we've also got Delenn Rodriguez, Leah Irving, and Shania Friesman in the game for the Mustangs. They'll get it into hiding with 35 seconds left to go. Jancic on the wing gets it to Emma Roberts. Emma with a wild-looking shot, but she's fouled on the shot, and she'll head to the free throw line. Not a real great look at the basket, but the Hawks needing to get the ball towards the hoop, and that's as good a try as any. She's made some of those this evening. That one won't go, but it does get her 2 free throws with 31.4 to go. 57-44 is the score. Emma Roberts' first free throw off the mark and no good. Emma with 9 on the evening as she averages 7 a game. Second free throw is good. Makes it 57-45. Darnell gets it to Richards. Richards across the timeline, and she'll be fouled by Jen Sherbarth with 26.8 left to go in the fourth quarter. That'll put Autumn Richards at the line, and she'll have a 1-and-1. Richards, a 5'7" freshman. And that one's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Leah Irving, gets it out to Richards. And Richards with the double dribble that time, and they'll turn it back over to the Hawks with 22.4 seconds left. 57-45, it is a 12-point Hay-Springs Hawk lead. Jancic across, finds Emma Roberts, drives into the free throw line, kicks it out, three-pointer by Hiding. That one's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Delenn Rodriguez. Rodriguez brings it up with under 10 to go. Quickly across the timeline, and Delenn loses the handle out of bounds. Hay-Springs ball with 5.7 left to go in the fourth quarter. So both of these teams came into this game on a roll as the Mustangs have won 7 of their last 8. And that shot at the buzzer won't go. Final score, Gordon-Rushville 57 and Hay-Springs 45 in a hard-fought battle from beginning to end. Mustangs come out on top. They'll improve their record to 8-4 on the season, and they have won 8 of their last 9 games. Hay-Springs falls to 4-6 on the season, and Hay-Springs will be off to Potter Dix tomorrow afternoon. We'll be there to bring that action to you. Varsity action probably starting somewhere around 2:30, we're guessing. JV action starts at 1, but they'll play just 2 quarters of JV action. But we'll be there to bring you all of the varsity action from Potter Dix as the Hay-Springs Hawks head down to take on the Potter Dix Coyotes in another long road trip. But before we get to that point, we've got boys varsity action on the way for you here, and that is coming up next. Haven't started the 20-minute pregame clock. They're going to do a drawing here before we get too much underway, and we're going to sweep the floor, take a little bit of a break, but then we'll have a 20-minute pregame warm-up. So looking at probably looking at about 10 after 8, I'm guessing. It's going to be longer than that. Math was never my strong suit, but looking at a strong 25 minutes here before the start of the boys varsity game. The final score from girls varsity action tonight, the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs knock off the Hay-Springs Hawks by a final score of 57-45. Stay tuned. Boys varsity action is next here on Sheridan County Journal-Star coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015.
When it comes to your land, it pays to be smart. At New Holland, smart means giving you a wide range of options to fit your needs, like smooth cutting, flood-free conditioning, and versatility. Smart means putting more hay in the bale and leaving less in the field. It also means providing exceptional after-sales support and growing a legacy that goes far beyond equipment. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications values its Nebraska roots. For 4 generations, family-owned Great Plains Communications has provided local service in Nebraska. For more than 100 years, our technicians have lived and worked in the communities we serve. Local service, Nebraska-owned. Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications. Welcome home.
So let's take a look at some unofficial scoring totals for the girls varsity action. For the visiting Gordon-Rushville Mustangs, 3 players in double figures tonight as Josie Perez leads the way for Gordon-Rushville with 20 points. Haley Saar finished with 12 points, and Kenna Campbell, the Swiss Army knife, finishes with 10. Ashton Sassy added 7, Carly Hinn had 4, and Denny Jacobson also with 4 points. For the Hay Springs Hawks, they fall tonight to the Mustangs, but Whitney Hiding scored 21 points with 17 of those coming in the second half. So an offensive explosion for Whitney Hiding tonight, but it wasn't quite enough to get the Hawks over the top. Emma Roberts, the young freshman, finished with 10 points for the Hawks. Kate Roberts added 8. Jen Sherbarth scored 4, and Sierra McCants with 2. And so the Mustangs up their record to 8-4. They'll face Kimball tomorrow night in a home game from Gordon-Rushville, or in Gordon, against the Kimball Longhorns. And the Hay Springs Hawks fall to 4-6 on the season as they get ready to head to Potter Dix to take on the Coyotes tomorrow afternoon, and we'll be there to bring you all of that basketball action from Potter tomorrow afternoon, sometime around 2:30. Tune in around that time, and we'll bring you all of the Hay Springs Hawk basketball action. The pregame festivities underway here for the boys' varsity action. Just under 19 minutes left to go. That would give us about an 8:10 tip-off for the boys' varsity action. So thanks for joining us. We'll step aside and get ready for boys' varsity action. We'll be back with some starting lineups for you in just a minute. say thank you to sponsors of today's basketball action. Essence provides beautiful fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. Essence, 117 North Main Street in Gordon. The First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon or call them at 282-0050. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That is the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. And the good folks at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. Whether you need to winterize it or defrost it, Buck and the crew can get you fixed up. Stop in at True Value in downtown Gordon. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support our local athletes. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call 282-2080. The Sandhills State Bank in Hay Springs is proud to support Sheridan County's sports teams. Locally owned, locally focused. Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking. Sandhillsstate.com, member FDIC. Give them a call at 308-638-7171 or stop by 131 North Main Street in Hay Springs. And Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. Also say thanks to today's video sponsors, Sides and Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, and Modern Farm Equipment.
Great Plains Communications.
GPC TV is proud to announce our brand new weather feature on Channel 2. It is now your 24/7 location for current, local, and national weather using advanced satellite imaging. From today's temperature to the full 5-day forecast, GPC TV has you covered. We will continue to air local sports and your favorite Husker programs. The other providers simply can't compete. When you need weather now, you need GPC TV on Channel 2.
I'm glad to have a new partner on board for today's game and for the rest of the season. Great Plains Communications is partnering up with us and will be airing replays of this season's basketball games on local access channel number 2 on Great Plains Communications Television. So if you're a Great Plains subscriber, tune in to Channel 2, and they'll be replaying Gordon-Rushville and Hay Springs basketball games throughout the rest of this basketball season. And starting this evening at 7 o'clock each night, it's Hay Springs versus Banner County. Good basketball action that you can catch from now until January 21st. That's next Wednesday, 7 o'clock each evening on Great Plains Communications Channel number 2. Glad to have Great Plains partnering up with us for Sheridan County basketball action this season for the remainder of the way here, and hopefully that's a partnership that'll stay intact for a long time to come. So glad to have them on board. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go before the opening tip of boys varsity basketball action between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. We'll step aside and be back with some starting lineups in just a minute here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net coverage of Sheridan County basketball 2015. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's varsity boys action between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. First for the visiting Mustangs, they come into this game, well, both of these teams come into this game with identical 2-7 records. It's been a struggle for both of these units here coming into tonight's game. One of them will improve and get their third win of the season here this evening. For the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs, starters this evening, number 3, Ryan Schwarting. He is the leading scorer for the Mustangs. He is a 5'8 junior, and he averages 17 points per game. Number 23, Rhett Conroy, is a 6'3" junior. Number 24, Jared Nelson, a 6-foot freshman, and he averages 12 points a game. Number 30, Brad Franzen, is a 6-foot senior. And number 45, Ben Wagner, also a 6'3" senior. Again, the Mustangs with a record of 2 wins and 7 losses. For the Hay Springs Hawks, their starting 5 this evening, number 0, Jordan Insignia. He is a 5'10" junior. And I apologize, we do not have current scoring averages for the Hawks. So all we have are names, heights, and grades. So number 0, Jordan Insignia, is a 5'10" junior. Number 13, Austin Reed, is a 5'10" junior. Number 25, Eli Badge, is a 6'3" senior. Number 32, Seth Novak, a 6'5" senior. And number 34, Garrett Wires, is a 6'3" sophomore. And so the front line for the Hay Springs Hawks with some height going 6'3", 6'5", and 6'3" across that front line may give this Gordon-Rushville Mustang group a bit of a challenge this evening. But the Hawks come in also with a 2-7 record. They've played some good basketball as of late. They fell in overtime 53-50 to Banner County on the road last weekend before being dismantled by Layton the following day. And then on Monday, they got their second win of the season as they knocked off McPherson County, and now ready to take on the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. in tonight's matchup of 2 and 7 teams. Under 3.5 minutes to the opening tip as the Hay Springs Hawks back on the floor. Ready for the start of today's game. Glad to have you along with us. And this is one of the more fun matchups that we have throughout the year. As we follow both of these teams, we try to pick up as many road games for each of these squads as we possibly can. And so we get to know these players and the teams and their tendencies fairly well. And so it's an awful lot of fun to do this, do these games between the two teams. It's also extremely difficult as we try to stay as neutral as we can in the call. And so we have a lot of fun doing this. Glad to have you along with us. And ready for boys varsity basketball action. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the pregame. And we're just about ready for basketball action between Hay Springs and Gordon-Rushville here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015. And if you're not a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, you certainly should be. Be in the know with all the news that is news in Sheridan County. And you can get it all online by going to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscription. Sign up for the online edition. And that online edition of every Wednesday's paper is available usually on Tuesday afternoon and available for your perusal before anybody gets a paper copy in their hands. So get all the news that is news and get it before anybody else at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. Take a quick look at our upcoming schedule, if we can get that pulled up here for you. Tomorrow afternoon we will be on the road as Hay Springs travels to Potter to take on the Potter Dix Coyotes. And then next week it is Panhandle Conference for the Hay Springs Hawks. And the word is that the Hawks will travel to Morrill to start that tournament off. And that'll be on either Monday or Tuesday. Not sure. I assume that's Monday. But Panhandle Conference next week for the Hay Springs Hawks. And so that is a variable schedule there, but we'll find out as soon as we can and let you know what that is. And then next Friday, Gordon-Rushville travels to Cody Kilgore. We followed the Hawks over there earlier for the first game of the season, and we'll follow the Mustangs over there as they take on Cody Kilgore. That'll be next Friday, the 23rd, with a JV start time tentatively listed at 3 o'clock. That should put our varsity broadcast on somewhere around 5 o'clock p.m. And so join us next Friday. We are ready for the introductions of the starting lineups. We'll turn it over to the public address announcer. So there are the starting lineups. Let's run through them one more time for you. For the Mustangs, on the floor, the starting five: Ryan Schwarting, Rhett Conroy, Jared Nelson, Brad Franzen, and Ben Wagner. And for the Hay Springs Hawks, Jordan Encinia, Austin Reed, Eli Badge, Seth Novak, and Garrett Wires. Glad to have you along with us for Sheridan County basketball action. It's Hay Springs, it's Gordon-Rushville, and we are ready to get things underway. 8 minutes on the clock. Seth Novak tips it out, but controlled by Franzen for the Mustangs, and we're underway as Sheridan gets it on the wing for Nelson. Nelson skips it across for Franzen. Franzen on the wing, dribbles up. Now he'll get it up top, and they'll swing it around for Nelson. Zone defense by the Hawks as Franzen pass just about too tall for Nelson as his three-pointer misses everything. Rebound pulled down by Eli Badge for the Hawks. And Jordan Encinia will bring it up the floor. Hay Springs in the all-white home uniforms. Gordon-Rushville in the black road uniforms as they try to trap Encinia up there in the corner. It tipped out of bounds off of Jared Nelson. It'll stay with the Hay Springs Hawks. No score early going first quarter. 7:21 left to go in the first quarter. Encinia takes the inbounds pass, and he'll work against Ryan Schwarting. Encinia gets it to Austin Reed. Reed turns high post to Novak. They get it out there to Garrett Wires. Up top for Encinia. Thought about the three-pointer, and he double dribbled. And the Hawks turn it over. And so the Mustangs with the basketball. 7:05 to go, first quarter. Ryan Schwarting brings it across. Goes on the wing for Franzen. 2-3 zone here, or 2-1-2 zone for Hay Springs as Nelson drives all the way through, kicks it out for Franzen on the way. That one's off no good, and the rebound cleared by Garrett Wires for Hay Springs. Still no score, 6:45 to go in the first quarter as Encinia has it taken away by Ryan Schwarting. Schwarting all the way in, lays it up, and good. And Schwarting gets the Mustangs on the board. We got a quick timeout on the floor by Hay Springs. 6:37 to go, and it's 2-0 Gordon-Rushville. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support our local athletes. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles and what they can do for your insurance rates. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon. And Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. Eli Badge to inbound it against full court pressure now as they get it quickly ahead to Garrett Wires. Garrett too far under the basket. He'll kick it out to Encinia. They broke the press well, but Garrett too far underneath to do anything with it. Eli Badge pulls the trigger on it. Can't get that to go, and Ben Wagner comes down with the rebound for the Mustangs. 6:20 to go. Gordon-Rushville leads it 2-0. Franzen on the wing, dribbles to the top of the key and finds Jared Nelson on the left wing. Nelson high post for Wagner. He has it taken away by Encinia, lays it up and in. Jordan Encinia with the takeaway and the score. We're tied at 2. Ben Wagner made the mistake of bringing that ball down onto his hip, and Encinia just helped himself and went the other way with it. They'll skip it across to Brad Franzen. Franzen on the wing, looks inside. They work against this zone. Three-pointer on the way, long three-pointer by Schwarting. There is a tie-up on the rebound, and it'll be Hay Springs basketball as now we've got a substitution. Drew Letcher comes in, and he'll take the place of Garrett Wires. So back to the full court pressure by the Mustangs. Full court man-to-man pressure. Novak gets it across the timeline and almost an over and back call, but luckily Novak able to get across the line before he fielded that pass. Novak outside for Reed, now back inside for Novak. Tipped out of bounds off the knee of Novak. And it'll be another turnover by the Hawks. Back to the Mustangs. We're tied at 2. 5:28 to go, first quarter. Teams feeling each other out here in the early going. Not a lot of scoring as we get this thing started. Schwarting drives into the free throw line, kicks it out for Franzen. Thought about the three. Passed it up, skip pass. Jared Nelson three-pointer on the way. That one rattles around and falls off no good. And Rhett Conroy with the rebound. Schwarting drives into the lane. High floater. That won't go. Rebound by Novak. Gets it to Encinia. Hay Springs now quickly ahead. Eli Badge. And Eli traveled with it. Another Hay Springs Hawk turnover. So trying to get those cleaned up. They've turned it over on all but one of their possessions here in the first quarter. As we're now under 5 minutes to go in the first, Jared Nelson on the left wing. He works against this zone defense by the Hawks. There's a three-pointer by Schwarting, and that one won't go, but they're going to say that Schwarting was fouled. Eli Badge draws the foul. That is his first. They're going to say it was on the floor. And so Mustang basketball, 4:46 to go, and we are tied at 2. Conroy gets it up top for Schwarting. Now in the corner for Nelson. Three-pointer is off the mark, no good. But there's Ben Wagner, rebound and put back. That won't go. And Insignia with the rebound. Drew Letcher now brings it across for the Hawks. In the corner for Austin Reed. Drives baseline. Skips it, leaves it out there for Eli Badge. Shot up, rolls off, no good. Badge with his own rebound. Put back too hard, but there's Insignia to clean it up. Insignia has 4 points, and the Hawks now lead it 4-2. We got a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout called by the Mustangs. They want to talk this one over. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Sandhill State Bank in Hay Springs is proud to support Sheridan County's sports teams. Locally owned, locally focused. Sandhill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking. Sandhillstate.com, member FDIC. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, and Hay Springs leads it 4-2. Hay Springs playing a 2-3 zone defense. The Mustangs have been man-to-man the whole way so far here in the first quarter. Nelson inbounds it to Schwarting, and the Mustangs get ready to set it up on offense. Schwarting on the wing. Now Morgan Holbert into the game for the Mustangs. They swing it around. Also Trace Bagan into the game as well. That one's knocked away by Garrett Wires and picked up by Jordan Insignia coming the other way. They get it ahead to Seth Novak. Can't do anything with it. Tosses it back in, and here comes Holbert the other way. Holbert finds Rhett Conroy, who left it out top for Nelson, and Nelson just can't get a shot to fall tonight. Insignia brings it back the other way now. He works on the wing, works against Conroy. Now they'll switch back, and it's Ryan Schwarting working against him. Eli Badge picks up the loose ball, drives in, and he kicks it out for Insignia. Man-to-man defense here by the Mustangs. Insignia, and we're going to get an offensive foul against Jordan Insignia as he got the elbow up trying to get some breathing room as he was being pressured hard by Jared Nelson, and got that elbow up and got called for the cross-check that time. And that's the first foul on Jordan Insignia. 2 fouls now, 2 team fouls on the Hay Springs Hawks, and Jordan just picked up his second. Just that quick, and Jordan getting a little frustrated now. 4-2 is the score, 3:19 to go in the first quarter. Austin Reed going to come in and let Jordan have a little bit of a breather and get his wits about him again here. Bagan on the wing, high post for Nelson. Out for Schwarting, top of the key. Schwarting kicks it out for Bagan. Foot on the line, that'll be a 2, won't go. Rebounded by Morgan Holbert. Back up top quickly to Schwarting. Drives into the lane, and now Austin Reed's going to get called for the reach-in foul. And that is his first. And that is now 4 team fouls for Hay Springs here in the first half. 4-2, 3:03 to go. Hay Springs with the lead here in the first quarter. Nelson to inbound it now. Jared Nelson goes over the top and comes down in the hands of Ryan Schwarting. Kind of a free ball tossed up there, but the Mustangs come away with it. And double dribble on Morgan Holbert that time. And they'll turn it back over to the Hay Springs Hawks with 2:56 to go in the first quarter. Eli Badge trying to find somebody to get it into. Now he finds Garrett Wires. Now he gets it to Drew Letcher down the far sideline, bringing it up, tries to get it to Austin Reed, and out of bounds off Reed. They'll turn it back over to the Mustangs. 2:50 to go first quarter. Still a 4-2 Hay Springs lead. So the Mustangs have had a lot of shots at the basket, but they haven't been able to get anything to fall. Hayes Springs having trouble getting into the flow offensively. On the wing for Bagan. That one's tipped by Letcher, but they'll get it back. Now Holbert from the three-point land. That one's out of bounds off the long rebound, and it goes back over to the Hayes Springs Hawks with 2:32 to go. More full court pressure by the Mustangs. They'll get it in to Drew Letcher, just barely. Gets it ahead to Garrett Wires. Garrett across the line and wisely gets it to Drew Letcher, and now Hayes Springs goes to work against this good man-to-man defense being played by the Mustangs. And now Jared Nelson going to be called for the reach-in foul, and that is his first. 2:21 to go now, first quarter. Still a 4-2 game. Hayes Springs out in the lead. Badge tries to get it in. Finds Austin Reed. They go down low for Garrett Wires. Garrett Wires, almost can't get it to go. Seth Novak with the rebound and the putback. That won't go. Jared Nelson clears it and brings it up the floor all the way in. Jared Nelson lays it up and good. Nobody stopped the ball for Hayes Springs and let him penetrate all the way in. Now Austin Reed all the way in. Left hand has his pocket picked by Schwarting. Gets it back off glass and good. Austin Reed on the board. And it's now an 8-2. Now they gave the points to the wrong team on that basket. Should be 6-4, I believe. And they've got it now fixed on the scoreboard. 6-4 is the Hayes Springs lead as Nelson drives in, jump stop in the lane, and the jumper is good for Jared Nelson. He's got 4. We are tied at 6. Pass too far for Garrett Wires, can't catch up to it. Another Hayes Springs turnover as now Wagner and Franzen back into the game. And Conroy and Holbert head to the bench. Now Wes Telustis into the game for the Hayes Springs Hawks. Wes had some dental work done in the JV game unintentionally, and looks like he's no worse for wear after that. Back in the game, and good to see him back in action again. Wes listed at 5'6", and I think that's generous, but what he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for in energy, as there's a traveling call on the Mustangs as they turn it back over. 1:19 to go in the first quarter. We are tied at 6. Eli Badge gets it in to Drew Letcher. Letcher working against Nelson, has it slapped out of bounds, and Hayes Springs will try it again. Badge gets it into Letcher. He loses the handle, taken away by Nelson. Now Franzen comes out of there with it. Franzen gets it out to Bagan. Three-pointer in the corner from Schwarting. That one finally falls, but he traveled. Schwarting trying to get his feet under him, and he took one too many steps getting set to unleash that shot. And now we got a sub, but came too late, and they won't allow that substitution to come into the game for the Mustangs with 1:10 to go first quarter. Wes Telustis gets the inbounds, gets it back to Eli Badge. Badge eliminates the pressure. Now we get it to Telustis. Telustis brings it across. That one's tipped out of bounds by Schwarting. It'll stay with the Hawks. Now Morgan Holbert allowed to substitute into the game. He'll take the place of Ryan Schwarting and give Ryan a break with 1 minute on the dot left to go in a hotly contested first quarter. We are tied at 6. And now into the game for the Mustangs is Sean Combs. He'll take the place of Trace Bagan. Sean Combs raised in Georgia, but glad to have him up here in Sheridan County. And so the Georgia Bulldog goes to work. He's set to the enviable task of guarding Garrett Wires, as now we've got a foul on the floor called against the Mustangs. That's going to go against Ben Wagner. That is his first. Tied at 6 and 51.7 seconds left to go in this first quarter. They get it in to Novak. Novak outside for Badge. That shot too long, tipped back in by Wires. Badge beats everybody to it. He's pushed, and contact, no foul, as Badge gets shoved out of bounds. They're going to say Badge touched it last, and the Mustangs will get the basketball with 42.6 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Nelson across the timeline sets it up. Holbert on the left wing, guarded by Austin Reed. Now Holbert kicks it across for Brad Franzen in the corner for Jared Nelson. Drives baseline, pull-up jumper, tries to get it over top of Novak. That's no good. Novak comes down with a rebound, and now Combs going to be called for the reach-in foul on the rebound. So Sean Combs picks up his first foul of the game. Tied at 6. Now the Mustangs with 3 team fouls. Haysprings with 4 with 23 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Eli Badge gets it into West Tlustis. Back to Badge. Working against this pressure. Now back to Tlustis. Clock is ticking here. Austin Reed flips it ahead, and that's taken away by Sean Combs. Combs will get it to Jared Nelson, under 10 seconds to go. Franzen on the wing, back to Nelson. Nelson drives in, pull-up jumper from the left elbow. That's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Novak, taken away, turned over, doesn't matter. The quarter ends. We are tied at 6 at the end of the first quarter. We head to the second here from Haysprings. It's Gordon-Rushville 6 and the Haysprings Hawks 6 on the Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015.
Hi, I'm Clint Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed today's game. Wherever we're broadcasting from, you can bet that I got there in a Ford vehicle from Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville. I've been a Sides & Milburn customer for over 20 years, and I can't imagine going anywhere else to buy or trade vehicles. I may be able to find a cheaper vehicle somewhere else, but the hometown service I get at Sides & Milburn Ford is worth way more than a trip to Rapid City or Denver. I hope you enjoyed today's game, and when you're ready to trade vehicles, stop in and see the good folks at Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville.
Ready for second quarter basketball action. And Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support our local athletes. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon. Tied at 6 to start the second quarter. Mustangs with the basketball and a 2-1-2 zone here by the Haysprings Hawks. Holbert up top for Schwarting. Schwarting dribbles in, kicks it out for Holbert. Puts it on the floor and gets it to Rhett Conroy. He's trapped down low and has it taken away, but not before a jump ball is, no, now they're going to say a 3-second call and a turnover by the Mustangs. 3 seconds called by the ref on this side, and so it is a turnover. Haysprings with the basketball. This full court pressure has bothered the Hawks here so far in the first half. Now Jordan Encinia dribbles through the pressure, and the Hawks ready to set it up on offense. It's been man-to-man defense the whole way for the Mustangs. They go inside for Wires. Wires into the paint, loses the handle, taken away, and here comes Ryan Schwarting. Ryan Schwarting all the way in. Contact, no foul, and Schwarting lays it in for 2. He's got 4, and it's now an 8-6 Mustang advantage. 7:15 to go in the second quarter. Encinia working against Schwarting. Now they'll get it to Reed and work it inside for Novak. Now kick it back out for Jordan Encinia. 7:05 to go, second quarter. Encinia works around, drives in, and loses the handle in the paint. Another tie-up, and Haysprings basketball on the alternating possession. So the Mustangs doing a good job with this man-to-man defense, making it really hard for the Haysprings Hawks to get any offensive rhythm and to get any good looks at the basket. 6:58 to go, second quarter. 8-6 Mustangs. They get it into Austin Reed. That's taken away, but Morgan Holbert on the line as he grabbed that basketball and tried to flip it back in, so it'll stay with the Hawks. Encinia takes it in the corner. Three-pointer on the way for Jordan Encinia. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Jordan Encinia. He's got 7, and it's a 9-8 Haysprings lead. Franzen on the wing. Now they'll swing it around to Holbert. Holbert up top. And a traveling call on Ryan Schwarting. And we got a timeout on the floor called by the Mustangs with 6:38 to go in the second quarter. 9-8 is the score in favor of Haysprings.
New Holland has equipped farmers with the right technology for over a century and continues to provide smart innovations like our exclusive corn rower attachment for our CR Series Combine. We make certain you have all the tools to grow your bottom line while improving efficiency and productivity, allowing you to work smarter in order to spend more time with the ones you love. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
So apologize, we didn't have the scoreboard up to date. We are in the second quarter, and it is a 9-8 Hay Springs lead with 6:38 left to go in the second quarter. 4 team fouls for the Hawks, 3 team fouls for the Mustangs. It's been close the whole way. Eli Badge inbounds it. Hawks working against this full court pressure. They get it into Novak, and we're going to have a foul. I think that's going to go against Ben Wagner as they got the ball into Novak. No, they're going to give that foul to Nelson. That's Jared Nelson, and that is his second foul of the evening. So team fouls even up at 4 apiece. Hay Springs hanging on to a 1-point lead. They get it to Insignia and ahead to Novak. Novak back to Badge, now back to Insignia. He'll cross the timeline, and the Hawks go to work on offense. It's been a good effort defensively for the Mustangs. There's a turnaround jumper by Eli Badge. Gets his own rebound. The putback, and he is fouled on the shot. He'll have 2 free throws. They're going to give that foul. Well, they gave it to 25. There is no 25 on the floor. Let's see who we decide to give this to. 45. Yep, thought it was Ben Wagner. Ben picks up his second foul of the night. And so Eli Badge heads to the free throw line for his first 2 opportunities of the game. First free throw by the Southpaw is up, and it is good. Makes it a 2-point Hay Springs advantage as Morgan Holbert now comes in to replace Jared Nelson in the lineup for the Mustangs. 10-8 with 6:19 to go, and 1 more free throw coming for Eli Badge. The 6'3 senior puts it up, and good. Makes them both. And it's a 3-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for either team at 11-8. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. Holbert on the wing for Bagan. Bagan skips it all the way across to Schwarting, puts it on the floor, drives baseline, puts up a little floater, and good. Ryan Schwarting has 6 on the evening with 6:01 to go in the second quarter. It's 11-10, back to a 1-point Hay Springs advantage. Insignia drives to the high post and kicks it back out for Austin Reed. Back to Insignia on the right wing. Schwarting making life difficult for Insignia. Seth Novak trapped on the baseline, but he gets it out of there. Now to Insignia on that right wing again. Wires in the corner to Badge on the wing. Badge, pull-up jumper. That one's off the mark. And a scramble for it. And Austin Reed had the basketball. He had no choice. He had to try and roll over it. He was pinned to the floor by Eli Badge, and when he rolled over, he got called for the traveling call. And the Hawks turn it over with 6:25 to go, or 5:25, excuse me. 5:25 to go, and the Hawks leading this one 11-10. Holbert, top of the key, to Bagan on the wing. Bagan, top of the key, back to Schwarting. Schwarting dribbles in, and he skips it across to Bagan. Now to Holbert, runner in the lane. That's blocked by Seth Novak, and it's a foot race the other way. Jordan Insignia can't get the shot to fall, but he'll have free throws coming. Jordan Insignia had Morgan Holbert running stride for stride with him all the way down the floor. They're going to give that foul to Trace Bagan, though, is who that's going to go against, as Insignia misses the first, but he'll have 1 more coming. With 5:02 to go, it is a 1-point Hay Springs advantage as Ben Wagner comes out and Sean Combs back into the game now for the Mustangs. 11-10, Hay Springs Hawks. Jordan Insignia, he's got 7 points, trying to make it 8, and he does. And it's back to a 2-point lead for Hay Springs with 5 minutes on the dot left to go in the first half. Holbert back to Schwarting, 3-pointer on the way from the wing, and finally Ryan Schwarting connects from outside from 3-point range, and that gets the Mustangs back up on top by 1 at 13-12. Wires gets it back to Insignia, across to Eli Badge. Badge, jump stop, shot up, that one just won't quite go. Rhett Conroy gets the rebound, and Morgan Holbert quickly up the floor. Holbert down low for Combs, kicks it out for Bagan. 3-pointer on the way. That one good, and going to be called for coming over. Have position that time, and he's called for the foul, and that is his first. Now Drew Letcher comes into the game. He'll take the place of Austin Reed. And we are into the 1-and-1 bonus. So now Letcher and Nelson back into the game. Trace Bagan heads to the bench for the Mustangs. So Jordan Encinia will have a 1-on-1 opportunity here after the first foul on Rhett Conroy. So Encinia's free throw in and out, no good. And the rebound tracked down by Sean Combs. Has it poked out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to stay with the Mustangs, as Encinia was the last one to touch it. 4:25 to go, second quarter, 13-12, 1 point Mustang lead. It's been back and forth the whole way. The Hawks have led by as many as 3, but now it's the Mustangs by 1 at 13-12. Nelson on the right wing. In the corner for Schwarting. Back to Nelson, they swing it around. Holbert into the corner for Schwarting. Three-pointer on the way again, and that one is good. Ryan Schwarting starting to heat up from long range. It's 16-12. It's now a 4-point Mustang lead. It's now a 7-0 run for these Mustangs. That shot wild and off the top of the backboard, but it's out of bounds, and it'll be Mustang basketball with 3:52 to go in the second quarter. Timeout on the floor called by head coach Jason Badge for the Hay Springs Hawks. They trail it by 4, 16-12. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That is the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. And Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon or call them at 282-0050. 3:52 to go, second quarter. Mustangs lead this one now 16-12. 17 fouls on the Mustangs, 14 fouls for the Hay Springs Hawks. Morgan Holbert brings it up the floor, finds Ryan Schwarting on the wing. Schwarting's connected on his last 2 3-pointers. Made the big difference here in getting the 6-point lead for the Mustangs. They'll kick it out for Schwarting. 3-pointer on the way again. That one rattles around and falls off, but the rebound cleared by Novak. And Encinia will bring it up the floor with 3:30 to go. They find Novak behind the defense. His shot is blocked by Jared Nelson, but they're going to call him for a foul. Nelson, and that one did look like a clean block that time, but he's going to be called for the foul, and that is Jared Nelson's 3rd foul, and that's certainly something that the Mustangs do not want to have, and you can't afford to have Nelson in foul trouble. Novak's first free throw rattles around and falls through, as now Trace Bagan comes in, and Nelson will have a seat with his 3rd foul. So Novak with one more free throw coming. That one is up, and that one is good. Back to a 2-point game now at 16-14. Mustangs by 2 with 3:20 to go in the second quarter. Schwarting on the wing, finds Combs at the high post, tries to go inside. That one's taken away. Eli Badge comes out of there with it. Encinia gets it ahead to Wires. Wires gathers it in and gets it back to Badge. Across to Drew Letcher. He goes down low for Novak. Off glass and good. Count the basket. Good tough work underneath by Seth Novak. Count the basket for Novak, and he'll have a free throw on the way. We are tied at 16. They gave that foul to Sean Combs. That is his 2nd. And so one free throw now for Seth Novak. He's got 4 points here in the first half, and that free throw falls off no good. Rebounded by Morgan Holbert. Quickly up the floor is Holbert. Finds Bagan between the circles. On the left wing, that is Schwarting. High post for Conroy. Kicks it out for Holbert. Holbert back up top for Bagan. 2-on-2 zone by the Hay Springs Hawks. Now they'll swing it around. Schwarting, long 3-pointer for Schwarting. That's off no good. And the rebound by Eli Badge with 2:35 to go. And we are tied at 16. Encinia has his pass taken away by Morgan Holbert. Coming down the left side, and he's going to be fouled by Jordan Encinia, and that'll be the third foul on Encinia. That'll put Morgan Holbert at the line for a pair of free throws. Tied at 16 with 2:27 to go here in the second quarter. Holbert lines up the first free throw, and that one falls off no good. Now 3 subs into the game. Reed and Tlustis in for the Hawks. Wagner in for the Mustangs. Conroy out for the Mustangs. Holbert lines up the second one, and that one is good. And so we're back to a 1-point game. It's a 17-16 Mustang advantage. That one slapped back in bounds by Austin Reed. Now poked away, and here comes Wes Tlustis. 3-on-2. Tlustis, ill-advised pass, trying to go down through the middle there. Tie up in the middle between Novak and Holbert. And the alternating possession gives the ball back to the Mustangs with 2:10 to go in the second quarter. Back and forth basketball action. Both of these teams with identical 2-7 records. Thought it would be an even matchup, and it has been the whole way as Schwarting loses the handle. Not sure if he was pulling that back or if he just lost it completely, but either way, it's a turnover, and here come the Hawks. Eli Badge drives in, spins back to Tlustis in the corner for Austin Reed. Austin drives into the lane. That shot off glass with the runner. That won't go. And Ben Wagner comes out of there with a basketball with 1:39 to go. Here comes Morgan Holbert. 1-on-4 for Holbert. His pull-up jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Gets the rebound and short again with the second shot. Now Eli Badge gets it to Wes Tlustis, and he'll work against Ryan Schwarting. Gets it ahead to Austin Reed. Now back to Tlustis and ahead to Eli Badge. Pull-up jumper in the paint. That one misses everything. Rebounded by Combs. Quickly ahead to Schwarting. Schwarting gets it ahead to Trace Bagan. Nice look that time by Schwarting. Trace Bagan knocks in the layup, and it's 19-16. It's a 4-point Mustang lead. Tlustis loses the handle, gets it across to Badge, or excuse me, that's Novak. To Reed, now back to Tlustis, and the Hawks will set it up with under a minute to go. Tlustis loses the handle, has his pocket picked by Schwarting. Schwarting works in, 1-on-2. Nice move that time. The scoop layup is good for Ryan Schwarting, and it's a 5-point lead. It's 21-16 with 43 to go in the first quarter, or first half. The biggest lead of the game for the Mustangs at 5. Seth Novak can't get that shot to go. Rebound pulled down by Sean Combs. And with 30 seconds left to go now, Mustangs going to slow it up. Ryan Schwarting brings it across the timeline, and the Mustangs going to try and hold for the last shot. They lead it by 5, 21-16. Under 20 now. Holbert drives in, kicks it out for Bagan, and he traveled. Trace Bagan, a little bit lazy that time, didn't come to a jump stop and just kind of wandered into that pass, traveled, and turns it over. Haysprings with the basketball. 14.2 seconds left to go first half, and the Hawks trail it by 5. Badge getting frustrated, finally gets Tlustis into the open where he can get it inbounds. Austin Reed will bring it across the timeline. We're under 10 to go, and that's going to be a turnover on the Haysprings Hawks. So the Mustangs will get it back. They've got 7.2 seconds left to work. Morgan Holbert doesn't realize how little time there is. Holbert drives in, finds Schwarting, three-pointer on the wing from the at the buzzer. That won't go, and the first half ends with the Mustangs holding the 21-16 lead. We'll step aside, total up some unofficial halftime scoring totals, and be back after this. At the half, it's the Mustangs 21 and the Hawks 16.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer. Don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications values its Nebraska roots. For 4 generations, family-owned Great Plains Communications has provided local service in Nebraska. For more than 100 years, our technicians have lived and worked in the communities we serve. Local service, Nebraska-owned. Great Plains Communications.
Great Plains Communications. Welcome home.
This is my 2012 Ford Focus from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I bought this car for short trips around the area and thought that I was getting an inexpensive disposable car. What I got was a roomy, comfortable, well-built car that gets outstanding fuel economy. It's great for going to Lincoln for a Husker game. I consistently get above 35 miles per gallon, and it comes in a package that is surprisingly comfy and fun to drive. You can test drive a Ford Focus at your Sheridan County Ford dealer. Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
When it comes to your land, it pays to be smart. At New Holland, smart means giving you a wide range of options to fit your needs, like smooth cutting, flood-free conditioning, and versatility. Smart means putting more hay in the bale and leaving less in the field. It also means providing exceptional after-sales support and growing a legacy that goes far beyond equipment. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Well, let's take a look at some halftime statistics after the performance by the Hay Springs Flag Corps. Can't bring you the audio of that. Playing to We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister, and copyrighted music causes all kinds of troubles as we broadcast this through YouTube, and they throw up lots of advertising banners over top of the broadcast if we have copyrighted music on there. So apologize for not being able to bring you the audio of that performance by the Flag Corps by Hay Springs. Let's take a look at the halftime scoring totals here. First, for the visiting Mustangs, Ryan Schwarting with 14 first half points to lead the way for the Mustangs. Jared Nelson added 4, Trace Bagan with 2, and Morgan Holbert with 1. For the Hay Springs Hawks, it was Jordan Encinia pouring in 8 points. Seth Novak added 4, Austin Reed with 2, and Eli Badge with 2. Let's take a look at fouls. For the Mustangs, Jared Nelson with 3 fouls, Ben Wegner with 2, Sean Combs with 2, Rhett Conroy has 1, and Trace Bagan also with 1. For the Hay Springs Hawks, Jordan Encinia has 3, Austin Reed with 1, and Eli Badge with 1. Let's take a quick look at free throw shooting. The Mustangs in that first half went 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and the Hay Springs Hawks Hay Springs went 5 for 7 in that first half from the free throw line. So at the half, it's Hay Springs leading this one 21-16. Back on the floor come the Hay Springs Hawks as they're ready to get this second half underway. We are 4 minutes and 25 seconds away from the start of the third quarter. Back and forth basketball action, and very exciting from start to finish in the first half. We can only hope the second half will be every bit as exciting. Again, we will be in action following these Hay Springs Hawks tomorrow afternoon. Varsity action should start somewhere around 2:30 tomorrow afternoon as they head down to take on the Potter-Dix Coyotes from Potter, Nebraska. Another long road trip for these Hay Springs Hawks. They've been all the way to Harrisburg, Tryon, Layton, and now Potter-Dix, and looking forward to spending a few games at home as they head towards the later part of January and into February. And again, as soon as we have the schedule for the Panhandle Conference Tournament, we'll get that to you and let you know what games we'll be able to cover. And we have heard unofficially that the Hawks will be traveling to Morrill in the first round of that Panhandle Conference Tournament. We'll try and get particulars, and stay tuned and check back at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net, and we'll have all of that information on upcoming broadcasts for you. Just about 3 minutes left to go on the halftime break, and it's Gordon-Rushville 21, Hay Springs 16 on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Sheridan County Basketball 2015. We are ready to get the third quarter underway. Mustangs coming out of the halftime break, holding a 21-16 lead. That 5-point lead is the biggest of the game for either team. Hay Springs led by 3 at one point, and now the Mustangs ahead by 5, 21-16 as we get ready to start the third quarter. The Mustangs have put full court pressure on the whole way here as Seth Novak has that pass intercepted, taken away by Ben Wagner. And so the Mustangs back on offense here after the turnover by the Hawks. Franzen on the wing, dribbles down to the corner, double dribble called against Brad Franzen, and they'll give it right back to the Hay Springs Hawks. 7:46 to go, just underway in the third quarter. The Mustangs really causing the Hawks fits with this pressure, and there's another takeaway. Ryan The jumper, that won't go. And we're going to have a foul called. I think we're going to get Ben Wagner, and we do. Ben Wagner picks up his third foul. First team foul of the half as now Sean Combs comes into the game. He's going to give Ben a rest as Ben will head to the bench with those 3 fouls. Hawks will try and get it in again. They find Insignia, and he brings it up the floor in a hurry, working against Ryan Schwarting. Insignia pulls it back, finds Eli Badge on the wing for Austin Reed. Work it inside for Novak. Has his shot blocked by Sean Combs, and now he's going to be fouled. Novak going up for the shot, and a foul called on Brad Franzen. That is Franzen's first foul of the game. 7:26 to go, and Seth Novak at the line with 2 free throws. He's got 4 points. He's 2 for 2 from the line, but he misses the first one. But he's got 1 more. And he missed them both, but we've got a violation as Novak crossed the line too early. It doesn't count. No good. And Mustang basketball still holding that 5-point lead at 21-16. 7:20 to go, third quarter. On the wing for Schwarting. Schwarting, skip pass all the way across to Franzen. 3-pointer on the way is good. Bradley Franzen knocks it down from long range. 24-16. Mustangs extend that lead to 8. Here comes Insignia. Comes across and has his pocket picked by Morgan Holbert. Holbert all the way in, lays it up, and good. And now Insignia tries to bring it across again, and another steal by Holbert. That shot up and won't go, out of bounds off of Franzen. And it's a 10-point lead, 16-26. Mustangs out in front, stretching that lead here in the third quarter. Now Eli Badge works against Franzen, picks up his dribble. That was the wrong thing to do. Taken away by Conroy. Back to Franzen. Franzen stepped on, or he traveled. Either stepped on the end line or traveled, and called for the travel. 6:36 to go now, and the Mustangs with the 10-point lead, 26-16. Hay Springs has had a hard time dealing with this pressure by the Mustangs. Now they clear out. They'll get it to Novak. He stepped across and back. They'll get it ahead to Reed. His shot won't go. There's Garrett Wires for the rebound. The putback won't go, and Garrett Wires is fouled. He'll head to the line for a pair of free throws. They're going to call that foul on Rhett Conroy. That is his second. And the third team foul by the Mustangs here in the second half. So Garrett Wires heads to the line for the first time this evening. First free throw is good. Also a very good chance that Garrett's older brother Austin is tuning in from somewhere in South Dakota this evening. And if you are, glad to have you along with us, Austin. Whether you're listening from across the street, across the state, or across the world, we're glad to have you along with us here from Hay Springs this evening. It's a 26-17 game as Holbert hits the floor. No foul called. Step back behind the line is Schwarting. That one no good. Long rebound out of bounds, and Morgan Holbert is not feeling too good after that contact. He hit the floor hard and rubbing that right leg. He's going to have to come out of the game. Trace Bagan will come in to replace him. Holbert maybe a Charlie horse up in that right thigh. Either way, he'll sit down, see if he can't get it worked out. 6:03 to go, and it's a 9-point Mustang lead. Nice pass. They get it ahead to Garrett Wires. He can't convert. Seth Novak can't get it to go. And that slapped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hawks. 5:53 to go, third quarter now. And the 9-point game. The Mustangs have come out of this halftime break on fire. That shot way too far by Novak. Wires has it slapped away, but they'll get it back to Reed. He drives in, shot up. That won't go, but Reed's going to head to the free throw line as he's fouled in the act of shooting. And that is now the third foul on Rhett Conroy. Jared Nelson ready to come back into the game now for the Mustangs after this free throw. So Austin Reed with 2 points, and he's got a pair of free throws coming here. First free throw is up and good for Austin Reed. Makes it an 8-point game. Franzen now out, and Nelson in for the Mustangs. 26-18, 5:45 to go, third quarter. Reed's second free throw up and good. 7-point game. So the Hawks chipping away. They let that lead expand to 10. Now they've got it back to 7. They'll swing it around on the wing to Nelson. Pull up a little floater that time, and it's good. 2 more for Jared Nelson. He's got 6, and back to the pressure. Here comes Encinia, speeds through the press. Now the Hawks with numbers, but they can't hang on to the basketball. And Schwarting stepped on the end line, and he'll give it back over to the Hawks. Holbert in for Bagan, and Letcher in for Badge now for the Hawks. 5:20 to go, third quarter, 28-19 Mustangs. Letcher gets it into Encinia, three-pointer, good! Jordan Encinia knocks it down. He's got 11 on the night, and back to within 6 come the Hawks. Nelson on the wing, up top for Holbert, swings it around for Schwarting. They work it inside, taken away by Seth Novak. Novak gets it to Encinia, and he'll bring it up the floor, working against Holbert. Encinia's pull-up jumper, that one's off, no good. Rebound by Novak. Novak muscles it up. That one won't go, and they're going to get Novak for coming over the back that time. And the foul on number 32, and that is his first. 22-18, 4:46 left to go in the third quarter. We've got us a good game here. 2 very evenly matched teams. On the wing for Schwarting. High post for Conroy. Gets it out to Holbert. Leaves it in the corner for Nelson. Three-pointer on the way. That one misses everything. Rebound Reed. And Letcher now ahead to Encinia. Encinia driving in. Works against Nelson. Little floater off glass and can't get it to go in and out. And rebound by Conroy. Here comes Morgan Holbert. Holbert throws it in between 2 Mustangs. Couldn't decide between Combs and Schwarting, and it sails out of bounds. Reed heads to the bench for a breather. Eli Badge back into the game. And the Hawks will once again go to work against this Mustang press. They'll get it into Novak, but it's taken away. Ryan Schwarting back to Nelson, but he is fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2 free throws. They're going to call that foul on Seth Novak. That is his second. 2 quick fouls for Novak. And Jared Nelson now at the line. He's got 6 points on the evening. First free throw is up. Off the front of the rim, no good. Ben Wagner comes back into the game. He'll replace Rhett Conroy. 4:14 to go, third quarter. 28-22. It's a 6-point Mustang lead. Jared Nelson with the second free throw. On the way. That one's off the mark, no good. And the rebound cleared by Novak. Encinia brings it up, working against Morgan Holbert. It's been man-to-man defense the whole way for the Mustangs, and they've been very good at it. As that one nearly taken away from Letcher. They try to go down inside. They do get it to Garrett Wires. Tries to go high off the glass. The referee wanted that basket to go in. It didn't. He'll have 2 free throws. They're going to give that foul to Sean Combs. That is his third, and it puts Garrett Wires back at the line. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And the free throw rolls off, no good. So Combs out and Franzen in. And Garrett Wires will have 1 more. And that one is good. He's 2 for 4 from the line tonight. Makes it a 5-point game. So the Hawks back to where they started at the beginning of the third quarter. It's a 5-point advantage for the Mustangs at 28-23. We're under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. That one slapped away by Wires, but picked back up by Holbert. 3-pointer on the way by Schwarting. That one's off, no good. Rebound. Nelson pulls it out. Now drives into the lane, and he traveled with it. 1 too many steps for Jared Nelson that time. And they'll turn it over back to the Hawks. 3:42 to go and a 5-point Mustang lead. Hawks get it in before the Mustangs can set the press. Encinia up the floor finds Garrett Wires. 1 dribble, nice move, and off glass and good for Garrett Wires. Garrett's got 4 tonight and back to a 3-point game. It's 28-25. Schwarting drives baseline, leaves it for Wagner. Off glass and good. Ben Wagner for 2 more. That's his first score of the evening, and it's 30-25. Letcher brings it up the floor. Now Wires again. That one won't go, but there's Novak. That one won't go. Novak can't control the rebound. Morgan Holbert out of there with it. And Drew Letcher going to be called for the reach in. as he tried to take that ball away. Didn't get her done. And Drew Letcher called for his first foul. And it's a 5-point game at 30-25. Trace Bagan now going to check into the lineup and replace Jared Nelson for the Mustangs. Austin Reed going to come in now and take the place of Garrett Wires. Good work over the last few minutes by Garrett. 3:06 to go, third quarter, 30-25, Gordon-Rushville. Schwarting gets it to Morgan Holbert, and he'll set it up on the wing for Bagan. Top of the key for Holbert, on the wing for Schwarting, in the corner for Franzen. Franzen drives in, pull-up jumper by Brad Franzen. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Brad Franzen that time. He's got 5 in the second half, and the lead is back to 7. It's 32-25, 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Austin Reed dribbles it off his foot and turns it over back to the Mustangs with 2:40 to go. And we got a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout called by Hay Springs. 2:40 to go, third quarter. It's Gordon-Rushville 32 and Hay Springs 25. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Security First Bank of Hay Springs is your hometown bank. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs lead this one 32-25. 5 team fouls in the second half for Gordon-Rushville. 3 team fouls for Hay Springs. Mustangs with the basketball as we're ready to go back to work. Ryan Schwarting drives baseline, cut off, tosses it back up to the top of the key. That's Holbert on the wing for Bagan. Bagan back to Holbert. They swing it around. Schwarting drives down to the baseline. Pull-up jumper. That's short. No good. Rebounded by Austin Reed. Gets it to Jordan Encinia with 2:15 to go in the third quarter. He'll bring it across the timeline. Now the Mustangs going to trap. They get the turnover. Ben Wagner picks that one off after it's tipped by one of the other Mustangs. And here comes Ryan Schwarting. On the wing, Brad Franzen thought about the 3, and he traveled. And so the Mustangs turn this one back over with 2:04 to go in the third quarter. They lead it by 7. Encinia speeds past Schwarting, drives in to the free throw line, kicks it out for Austin Reed. 3-pointer on the way. That's no good. There's Eli Badge with the left hand off glass, and good. Eli Badge on the board again. He's got 4. Makes it a 5-point game, 32-27. 1:44 to go in the third quarter. Outside, 3-pointer on the way for Schwarting is good. Ryan Schwarting for 3 more. His first points of the second half makes it 27-35. Back to an 8-point advantage now for the Mustangs with 1:25 to go in the third quarter. Inside for Encinia. Can't do anything with it, but he finds Seth Novak all by himself. And Novak puts in the easy shot for 2 points, 29-35. It's a 6-point lead with 1:10 to go, third quarter. On the wing for Schwarting when he heats up from out there. Look out. That one's off the mark. Out of bounds. That's going to be off Ben Wagner. Hay Springs basketball. Jared Nelson back into the game for the Mustangs. He'll take the place of Ryan Schwarting. Garrett Wires checks in. And Drew Letcher comes out. 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Austin Reed brings it up the floor, gets it ahead to Encinia. Encinia splits the defenders, loses it, dribbles back out, and they'll set it up from there. Encinia dribbles to his left on the wing. High post for Novak. Back to Encinia between the circles. Encinia works to his right, now back to the top of the key. Austin Reed on the wing. Now down low in the corner for Seth Novak. They try to go inside for Wires, but it's tipped away and taken away by Bagan. Here comes Nelson. Nelson in the wing for Franzen. Now they find Bagan trailing the play. Here's Holbert for 3. That one's off the mark, no good, but the long rebound tracked down by Bagan. And now back out to Bagan. Or excuse me, that's Nelson. He'll get it to Holbert between the circles. They'll hold as we're under 15 seconds to go, trying to get the last shot here in the third quarter. Slapped away by Reed. Now they get it back. Here's Nelson, dribbles down to the baseline. Back up top for Holbert. Under 3 to go. They try to go inside, but that's kicked. And they're going to say that time runs out on the third quarter. And the Mustangs lead this one 35-29. They've expanded that halftime lead by 1. They now lead it by 6 as we head to the fourth quarter. Here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net coverage of Sheridan County basketball 2015.
It's an icon, the most popular sports car in America. It is the Ford Mustang, and it's available at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. This 310 horsepower turbocharged beauty comes with all the bells and whistles, and it's sure to turn heads wherever you go. The selectable driving modes allow you to choose between sport, track, snow and wet, or normal conditions. With an awesome sound system, this Mustang is ready to roll down the highway at 32 miles per gallon. Test drive the iconic Ford Mustang at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
So we are ready to get the fourth quarter underway here from Hay Springs. Gordon-Rushville hanging on to a 6-point lead, 35-29. They came out on fire out of the halftime break, extended their lead to 10. Hay Springs has cut it back to 6 here as we start the fourth quarter. Jared Nelson on the wing. Hawks still in that 2-1-2 zone. On the wing for Franzen, now back up to Schwarting. On the wing for Nelson. Nelson works against Encinia, and he traveled with it. And this refereeing crew is death on the traveling call. They have called that traveling call on both teams. But they're extremely sensitive to that. Each refereeing crew has their own personality and certain things that they really watch for. And this one seems to be the traveling seems to be the pet peeve of this refereeing crew here tonight. 7:32 to go. 35-29, Mustangs with the lead. Eli Badge, three-pointer on the way. That one's off the back of the rim, no good, but the long rebound comes down to Austin Reed. And now they're going to say we got a foul on the floor, and that is Jared Nelson, who just picked up his fourth foul. And so Trace Bagan now going to have to come in and replace Nelson with 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Sixth team foul, so the next one puts the Hay Springs Hawks in the bonus. Garrett Ryers can't convert off the inbounds play. And another travel, this time by Rhett Conroy. And the Mustangs turn it over again. Eli Badge to inbound it for the Hawks. Gets it into Encinia, three-pointer on the way. That one's off no good, but the rebound tracked down by Wyers. Encinia on the left wing. Now he'll pull it back and let the offense get set. 7:10 to go, fourth quarter. And Encinia just rolled that one over. No call. That shot no good. Encinia gets the rebound. Drives in, lays it up, and good. Jordan Encinia, he got away with one that time. And a timeout called by the Mustangs as they see their lead trimmed to 4 points now with 6:57 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's 35-31, Mustangs with the lead. Essence provides beautiful fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. And if you stop in at 117 North Main Street in Gordon, you might even run across one of those young Mustangs, Ashton Sassy, helping you out in there. So stop in and see the good folks at Essence today. 6:57 left to go in the fourth quarter. 35-31, it's a 4-point Mustang lead. Here from Hay Springs. Glad to have you along with us. Join us tomorrow for more great basketball action as the Hay Springs Hawks head to Potter Dix. Varsity action starting sometime around 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have it all for you here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net. Bradley Franzen dribbles it around, and now they swing it to Schwarting in the corner. Knocks down the three-pointer. Ryan Schwarting for three more. 38-31. The lead is back to 7 for the Mustangs with 6:35 to go. Encinia works against Schwarting. Schwarting picks his pocket. Just like that, lays it up and can't get it to fall. And now Trace Bagan picks up a foul he really didn't want to commit. And that'll put Hay Springs at the line as they're now in the 1-and-1 bonus the rest of the way. So Trace Bagan picks up the foul. That is his second. And it puts Jordan Encinia at the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. 7-point lead with 6:27 to go. It's 38-31 Gordon-Rushville. Encinia's first free throw in and out, no good. Austin Reed with the rebound, though. Puts up a wild hook shot. Encinia's there for the rebound. Can't go. And Seth Novak gets the rebound and the putback. And so now back within 5 come the Hay Springs Hawks. It's 38-33, 6:10 to go in the fourth quarter. High post to Ben Wagner, down low for Rhett Conroy, partially blocked by Garrett Wires. Rebound and put back, and now we got a foul on the Hay Springs Hawks inside. We've got a push called against Austin Reed. That is his second. Fourth team foul of the game, or of the second half for the Hawks. 38-33, 5-point Mustang lead. Morgan Holbert on the wing, in the corner for Schwarting. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good. Rebound by Rhett Conroy. Count the basket by Rhett Conroy, and one. Good, tough work inside that time by Rhett Conroy. His first 2 points of the game. They'll give that foul to Seth Novak. That is his third. And Conroy with a chance for the three-point play. It's now 40-33. And he stretches the lead to 8. It's now 41-33, and Jordan Encinia brings it up the floor. Austin Reed now out on the wing. He has it taken away. It's Ryan Schwarting, the magician again, making that ball disappeared. Schwarting all the way in for 2 more. Timeout on the floor called by Hay Springs coach Jason Badge as this lead has got away again, back to a 10-point lead with 5:40 to go fourth quarter. It's Gordon-Rushville 43 and Hay Springs 33. Pioneer Manor is a premier skilled nursing and assisted living facility located in Hay Springs. We provide rehabilitation services and around-the-clock skilled care in a comfortable and friendly environment. At Pioneer Manor, our guiding principle is to provide outstanding and innovative health care in an environment that remembers the importance of the individual and the family. Our staff of dedicated professionals embodies the values that we cherish most: a nurturing spirit and a commitment to quality. That is the Pioneer Manor in Hay Springs. 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Mustangs lead this one 43-33 over Hay Springs. 17 fouls for the Mustangs, 5 for the Hawks. They'll get it into Encinia. Working against Morgan Holbert. Brings it across the timeline, and they go to work on offense. Eli Badge drives in. Elbow jumper, that one won't go. And the rebound by Ben Wagner. And I think they're going to say Ben pushed off. They do. That is Ben Wagner's fourth foul. And so Sean Combs comes into the game. He's going to replace Wagner as Seth Novak heads to the line for the 1-and-1. So 4 fouls for Jared Nelson and 4 now for Ben Wagner for the Mustangs. That free throw is no good, and the rebound by Holbert. We got a 3-on-2, now a 4-on-2. Holbert all the way in, reverse layup is good. Morgan Holbert coast to coast and lays it up and in. 45-33, it's a 12-point lead, the biggest of the game for Gordon-Rushville. Austin Reed dribbles that one off his foot, but he gets it back and he traveled. Turns it back over to the Mustangs with 5:03 to go. Gordon-Rushville with the basketball and a 45-33 lead. Morgan Holbert works against this 2-3 defense of the Hay Springs Hawks. Brad Franzen out on the wing. Now up top for Holbert. Kicks it out for Schwarting on the right wing. Skip pass to Franzen. Thought about, and he traveled. He took one too many steps. He doesn't like the call, but he did. Shuffled that foot, and they turn it back over to the Hawks. 45-33, 4:40 to go fourth quarter. And that one's thrown away by Reed, trying to get it back to Badge, and the Hawks give it right back. Drew Letcher comes in. He'll replace Austin Reed now, and Jared Nelson into the game for the Hawks takes the place of Brad Franzen. Schwarting on the wing with 4:30 to go. They'll swing it around. That's Nelson. Drives baseline. Floater up. That one's off the mark. No good. Rhett Conroy with the shot. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Novak. Gets it out to Wires and controlled by the Hawks. They get it ahead to Drew Letcher. Drew drives to the baseline. Cut off. Now he'll pull it back. Goes inside for Novak. Novak working against Conroy. Kicks it out for Letcher. Letcher drives baseline. Up and under, and can't quite get that one to go. Seth Novak tied up, jump ball, alternating possession goes to the Hawks this time. 4:01 left to go in this one. 45-33, it's a 12-point Mustang lead. Jordan Encinia, three-pointer is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net that time for Encinia. And it's a 9-point lead now for the Mustangs. Under 4 to go. They skip it all the way across to Ryan Schwarting. Up top for Holbert. Drives in and gets it to Nelson on the wing. Skip it across again to Schwarting. Drives in, lays it off glass, and good. Quick move there by Ryan Schwarting. Quick first step. Made it an easy shot. That one's off of Morgan Holbert. Scramble on the floor. Encinia gets it back somehow, doing battle with two Mustangs. Now he'll get it ahead to Novak. Novak controls it, and now they'll regroup. Three-pointer by Encinia on the way. That one's no good. Long rebound knocked away by Letcher, but controlled by Conroy. Jared Nelson brings it up with 3:10 to go now. Crosses the timeline, accelerates to the baseline, lays that one off the glass, and good. Count the basket, and a foul. Jared Nelson gets it to go, and the chance for the three-point play. They'll call that foul on Novak. That is his fourth foul. 3:03 to go, 49-36. Jared Nelson with the free throw. That one is good. And the lead is now 50-36. And so the Mustangs slowly but surely extending that lead here in the second half. Skip it across. That one's nearly taken away. They get it to Garrett Wires from the right elbow, uses the glass and knocks that one home. That is 6 for Garrett Wires here this evening, makes it 50-38. Sean Combs corrals it and gets it out to Ryan Schwarting. He'll bring it back. Now the Mustangs going to take some time here. They'll get it inside to Sean Combs. Left something behind as he headed down the lane. They'll get it ahead to Encinia. Tried to go with the behind-the-back pass to Drew Letcher, but instead bounced it off of one of the Mustangs and out of bounds. But the Hay Springs Hawks will maintain possession. 2:27 to go. And Gordon-Rushville leads this one 50-38. That one slapped out of bounds by Conroy. Ben Wagner back into the game, and out of the game comes Sean Combs. They'll try it again as Eli Badge gets it in, and that one's tipped out of bounds. That's off of Morgan Holbert. And the Hawks will try again. 2:26 to go, fourth quarter. 50-38. Mustangs with the lead. Encinia into the high post. Now they'll work it down to Garrett Wires. Turnaround jumper high off the glass. Can't get that one to fall. And the rebound cleared by the Mustangs. Schwarting brings it across. And now the Mustangs working at a lot slower pace as they're just trying to burn some clock and get out of here with a win. And a travel that time by Ryan Schwarting. And they turn it back over to the Hay Springs Hawks with 2:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. 50-38. It's a 12-point Gordon-Rushville lead. Drew Letcher takes the inbounds pass, gets it ahead to Seth Novak. Novak leaves it for Badge. Now they'll get it to Jordan Encinia. High post for Garrett Wires. Dribbles down, shot. That one won't go. Garrett Wires is active as we've seen him on the offensive side of things here. And there's a charge called against Morgan Holbert. Morgan Holbert called for the charge and the offensive foul. And it'll go back over to Hay Springs with 1:41 to go. They trail this one by 12. Badge gets it into Insignia, and that one's off the foot of Jared Nelson, and it'll stay with the Hawks. Get it back into Insignia, and he'll try again. Insignia gets a pick that time from Drew Letcher and brings it across successfully. Drew Letcher, three-pointer on the way. That one's off the mark, no good. Saved back in to Insignia. Letcher for a three again. That one's off the mark, no good, but there's Jordan Insignia with the rebound and the putback. And now back to a 10-point game with 1:15 to go. Mustangs need to take care of this ball and work some time off the clock. Hay Springs, on the other hand, needs to make something happen. Jared Nelson drives in and lays that one up for two more. Nice move that time by Jared Nelson. Stretches the lead back to 12. We're under a minute to go. Garrett Wires' turnaround jumper is good. Garrett Wires really doing a great job on the offensive end tonight. Rhett Conroy takes the pass. We're under 45 to go. Schwarting all the way down the lane. Has that one taken away by Eli Badge. Badge loping down the court. Drew Letcher for three. That one won't go. And the rebound cleared by Conroy. 30 seconds left in this one. And now the Mustangs going to pull this one out, take their time, and wind these last 22 seconds off the clock. Insignia gets the foul for the push. That's his fourth. And that'll put Ryan Schwarting at the line for the one-on-one opportunity. Ryan Schwarting with 24 points so far this evening, and a chance for a few more. 1-1 with 21.4 seconds left to go. That one rolls around and falls in. That's 25 for young Mr. Schwarting here this evening. Makes it a 53-42 game. Schwarting's second free throw is good. Drew Letcher gets it ahead, tries to find Garrett Wires, but he throws it too far. Intercepted by Jared Nelson. Under 15 to go now. Ryan Schwarting spins away from Letcher, and now Insignia will foul out of the game. Insignia finishes the game. Let's do some quick math here as Austin Reed comes in to replace him. 19 points for Jordan Insignia on the night as he fouls out. 54-42. Ryan Schwarting with the first free throw is good. And he's got one more coming. 9.8 seconds left in this one. 55-42. Mustangs lead it late in the fourth quarter. And Schwarting made them both. 56-42. So Hay Springs will head to Potter Dix and take on the Coyotes tomorrow. Try to find their third win of the season there. Already been a successful season for these Hay Springs Hawks, as they didn't get their first win of the season until very, very late last season. The final score here, Gordon-Rushville 56 and Hay Springs 42. We'll step aside. We'll be back with some final scoring totals for you in just a minute. Let's take a look at final and unofficial scoring totals as the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs defeat the Hay Springs Hawks tonight, 56-42. For the Mustangs, a big, big night for Ryan Schwarting. He finishes the night with 28 points. Jared Nelson added 11 for the Mustangs. Brad Franzen and Morgan Holbert each added 5. Rhett Conroy had 3, Trace Bagan with 2, and Ben Wegner with 2. From the free throw line, the Mustangs went 7 out of 10 on the game. For the Hay Springs Hawks, it was Jordan Encinia with 19 points. Seth Novak with 8, and Garrett Wires also with 8 points, and all of Wires' 8 came in the second half. Eli Badge with 4, and Austin Reed with 4. And the Hawks were 10 of 18 from the free throw line through the game. So the Mustangs improved their record to 3-7. Hay Springs falls to 2-8. Hay Springs takes off on the road. They'll head to Potter to take on the Potter Dix Coyotes tomorrow afternoon. We'll have that action for you roughly 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. So tune in tomorrow to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. We'll have all of the action for you. Thanks again for joining us this evening as the Hay Springs or the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs take both games here this evening. The girls by a final score of 57-45 and the boys game 56-42. Until tomorrow, this is Clint Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Sheridan County basketball 2015.